Skyview High School Sports is a presentation of 106.9 FM and 1390 AM The Fan and CashValleyDaily.com. Brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors, Great Basin Graphics, McDonald's, Logo Shop, Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, Napa Auto Parts, Old Grist Mill, Cache Valley Auto Care, Les Olson Company, ARS, DD Auto Salvage, New Horizons Beauty College, Preston Watts Collision and Glass, State Farm Agent Lana Powell, Poblanos, and CashValleyDaily.com. Now, it's time for the Skyview Bobcats on 106.9 The Fan.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Old Grist Mill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Grist Mill, here for you.
Combining your home and auto insurance with one agent.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Lana Powell. For a competitive quote on home, auto, and life insurance, call us at 752-7639.
Skyview High School Sports is a presentation of 106.9 FM and 1390 AM The Fan and CashValleyDaily.com. Brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors, Great Basin Graphics, McDonald's, Logo Shop, Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, Napa Auto Parts, Old Grist Mill, Cache Valley Auto Care, Les Olson Company, ARS, DD Auto Salvage, New Horizons Beauty College, Preston Watts Collision and Glass, State Farm Agent Lana Powell, Poblanos, and CashValleyDaily.com. Now, it's time for the Skyview Bobcats on 106.9 The Fan.
Welcome to Mountain Ridge High School. We're here for week 4 of Skyview High School football here on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. John Newbold, Rex Davis with you. And even though Skyview's record's 1-3, Rex, then it just seems like the effort was there. Even though Skyview lost last week to Rigby, the effort was a lot better than it was the week before at Wasatch.
Yeah, and that's something Coach Chris Howell told us post-game interview last week. He came out and he said, you know what, I'm so proud of these kids. He specifically mentioned Michael Ferguson. He said, I kind of called him out a little bit. I wanted more effort out of him because he knows what Michael Ferguson's capable of. And, man, John, did he put in some effort like you did on these stats here. Michael Ferguson had 17 tackles last week. That's the most that a Bobcat defender's had since Hunter Lewis recorded 18 tackles at Ridgeline in a 17-14 win. And that fun little fact is thanks to your hard work, John, that I'm going to take some credit for there by saying it. But talking about effort, though, you can't help but mention Michael Ferguson. You can't help but mention the effort that he gave last week. And like we said, it was a loss, but the effort level skyrocketed from what it did against Wasatch.
Yeah, the one thing, it's a good and bad. 17 tackles, it's a career high. The one bad thing about it, if you're a Skyview fan, is you don't like to see your safety with that many tackles, but you know that means he's not afraid to come up and make a hit.
Yeah. I mean, when Hunter Lewis was doing it, he was playing linebacker. That's a lot different story.
True.
Than your safety leading your team in tackles like that.
Well, as we get closer to kickoff, the Skyview Bobcats are back in the locker room, and I think we're getting ready for the national anthem. So we're going to step aside and hear the national anthem. We're going to take a step aside, hear from our sponsors, but when we come back, we'll hear from Coach Hal and his thoughts about Mountain Ridge. That's all coming up next here on 106.9 The Fan.
Combining your home and auto insurance with one agent.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Lana Powell. For a competitive quote on home, auto, and life insurance, call us at 752-7639. Lana Powell, State Farm Insurance.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
Week 4 of the high school football season here, and we're with Coach Hal. And Coach, just to first off talk about that performance last week. Granted, the score wasn't the outcome didn't turn out the way you guys wanted it to, but I felt like you guys played hard. You talked about that in the post game too. Like, you liked the effort from your guys, even though the score didn't reflect that. After looking at the film, are you still feeling that same way?
Yeah, I felt like for the most part our kids played really hard. We failed to get off the field on 3rd and 4th down, but I feel like our kids played much harder than they did at Wasatch. We're getting better. I feel like there was some progression last week, and so I'm excited to see what we do on this week.
Well, we're playing. You guys are going up against the Mountain Ridge squad on the road here, and they're undefeated on the season. They were showcased last week on television, and they know how to run the ball. And it seems like Rigby ran a bunch of different formations. It feels like, not watching film a ton on these guys, that they seem like they're the type of team that says, hey, we know who we are and we're just going to shove it down your throat. Is that kind of how you feel?
Yeah, like they definitely have two really, really good backs and a big offensive line who I feel like, they want to feature, but at the same time, I think they also really want to be able to throw the ball a little bit, and their quarterback's a pretty good player. They have some good receivers, some of those things, and when they throw the ball, they like to push the ball vertical, and so we'll have to be ready. They have a really balanced attack. I think people look at the numbers they had rushing last week, but their attack is is very balanced, and so that's something that we'll have to address.
Well, and the one thing I wanted to point out, too, with the passing, too, before we let you go, is just when you look at their stats, like, it seems like even though they like to be balanced, like, when they do throw the ball, they do throw interceptions. There's 6 interceptions to only 2 touchdowns this year, and last year you guys picked them off 2 times. And so, like, is that something you see on film? Is something you can take advantage of?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, when we have opportunities, we always want to be around the ball. We feel like that, in our pressure stuff, we can put some pressure on them and force the ball out, some of those things. So, we're going to have to be able to defend both tonight. There's no doubt about it. When you play good teams, you always do, and that's where we're at right now. So we're definitely excited to take advantage of the opportunity.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. We'll see you after the game.
Okay, thank you.
Again, that was Coach Chris Howell. And again, your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors on video streaming on CashValleyDaily.com. So again, the Bobcats versus the Sentinels. Sentinels 3-0 on the season, ranked in the top 10 of the Deseret News top 25 polls. I mean, this is a good team. This is a team that beat Skyview and Smithfield last year, 26-10, and they're led by their running back linebacker, Cade Uluave.
Yeah, Cade Uluave. You guys are going to notice him. When you're on CashValleyDaily.com and you're watching this game, check number 5 in red. This team is loaded with D1 athletes from top to bottom, O-line to the skill positions. And number 5, Cade Uluave, is going to stand out instantly when you see him carrying the ball or when you see him playing linebacker. He is averaging right now 7.4 yards per carry. He's got 5 rushing touchdowns on the season already, and he is just an absolute beast. You're going to see that Mountain Ridge team running across the screen right now on CashValleyDaily.com.
Well, one of the other things, Rex, is when you look at this, like Coach alluded to, they faced Wasatch the week after Skyview lost to them. They faced them, and they beat them 55-31. And so they're a team that was led by their 2 running backs in that game. They only passed for 95 yards that game. They didn't have to throw the ball because they rushed for over 450 yards between Uluave and Kinney, their junior running back, and Uluave is a senior running back.
Yeah, and I think today for Mountain Ridge too, I think we are going to see them try to establish the pass. Like you said, John, Jackson Reiser wasn't able to get it going last week, but he didn't have to. I think this week they want to take the training wheels off and let Jackson Reiser chuck the ball down the field. He's a 6'3", 185-pound junior quarterback, and I mean, he looks like a great high school quarterback. They just got to get him a chance to get out there and chuck the ball.
Well, like we said, he's thrown 7 interceptions on the season. As a team they have, and only 2 touchdowns, and Skyview picked him off twice last week. It's something Skyview hasn't done this year, is gotten an interception. They've turned the ball over by getting fumble recoveries, but Coach Howell, he always talks about how important that is, and everyone knows how important it is to get turnovers and control the ball. But for Skyview to pull off an upset tonight, because it's going to be a tough challenge going into region play, facing Logan, the Grizzlies, next week in Smithfield, they're going to have their work cut out for them, because if you thought that Rigby was big, this team's bigger.
This team absolutely dwarfs Rigby, and I mean, you can see big offensive lineman out there. Junior Sia, he's 6'6", 335 pounds. He's committed to the University of Nebraska. This kid is a tank, and I mean, just look how small he makes Kason Spackman look out there. But I mean, like you said, John, Skyview's in for it, but they got to get turnovers. They got to force turnovers. They got to have those huge impact plays that can absolutely sway a game. The punt returns for touchdowns, kickoffs for touchdowns, those types of things are what Skyview's going to have go their way for them to have a chance against this 6A powerhouse in Mountain Ridge.
Well, Skyview won the coin toss again, and I would like to say that that's usually a sign of the things going your way, but they've won the coin toss a lot this year, so I didn't want them to win, but they deferred. Skyview defers, and they will kick off to Mountain Ridge, and Skyview, it looks like, will be going to the south, but we'll see. But it's time for our Logo Shop uniform check. Logo Shop, it's back to school time. If you're involved in the Booster Club, then you want to or any team sports, PTA, or school organization, use the Logo Shop as your source for uniforms, fan gear, club t-shirts, all customized with your school logo. And we apologize for their sound system because their speaker is right where we are setting up, so you're going to hear a lot of it, unfortunately, all night. But the Logo Shop, our uniform check, is the sponsor. The Skyview Bobcats in their road white uniforms, blue pants with white tops and the blue numerals, and they've got those black helmets. And I noticed when I was down on the field, and we haven't really talked about this year they got a Bobcat logo on one side and then their number on the other side. Mountain Ridge is in their red jerseys, pants and shirts with white numerals and silver helmets as they line up for this kickoff. Uluave is set up. We're set up on the west side of the field in the press box. So Uluave is on the east side. The visiting stands, anyone that came down to this game and you're a Skyview Bobcat fan, props to you, Rex, because
you can't see
scorching. Well, it's scorching hot down here, too.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm sweating bullets, and we're inside where it's a little cooler, but the Skyview faithful always showing up.
Well, how about this, John? You got to kind of pick your poison if you're Calebi de Quadros right now. You're either going to kick it to Cade Uluave, or you have to pick Samisi Kini. That's a terrible choice to make.
Well, they kick it off and it goes into the end zone, and that's
the best way to do it.
So you take letter C on the multiple choice. Not A, not B, go C.
Absolutely.
So Mountain Ridge will take over at their own 20 to start this ball game, and we'll see what Coach Hal has dialed up defensively. There is one change that will be made tonight at quarterback for the Bobcats, even though they're on defense to start. Your starting quarterback, from what we're told, will be Michael Ferguson.
Yeah, and Ferguson's out there at safety right now, too.
Yeah, Thatcher is out tonight and Favero out. So Skyview will be playing their safety at quarterback. But first things first on defense for the Bobcats. Uluave in the backfield. He gets the handoff. No, that's Kinney, and he actually is dropped right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard. For our purposes, we'll give him 1 yard. But the quarterback just turned around and handed off to Kinney.
Yeah, that's going to be how this game goes. And they have 3 running backs, John. I'll get to it on the next play, but number 22 is also listed as a running back, and he plays a lot of slot receiver for them.
2nd down and 9 from their own 21. It's Reiser in shotgun. Kinney in the backfield, 2 receivers to each side. Back to pass is Reiser. He can't find anyone. He's flushed out to the right side. He's going to run downfield. He's to the 25, up the sideline, bumped out of bounds near the sticks on the far side. He's got a first down, 10-yard run for the first.
Yeah, Reiser just making something out of nothing there. The look he wanted downfield was not there. The defensive line was able to get in there for Skyview, and Reiser had to get off his spot, go out there, and move the chains for the Sentinels.
So good defensive job for the Bobcats there. As again, we apologize as we are right underneath the speaker for the PA, and he has no problem belting it out. So 3 receivers to the left, 1st and 10 from their own 31. Reiser back to pass, still looking, plenty of time. He throws. He's got a man out there. Oh, I think he's out. We'll see, but they say he got a foot down at the 45 for 14.
Clean catch there, and that's McCoy Hardman. That's number 22. This kid would be a starting running back on almost any other team. He's listed as a running back, so they got him 3rd on the depth chart at running back on this team. But, man, he plays a lot of slot receiver. He caught a touchdown against Wasatch last week, and you're going to see him making plays like that all night.
Shadow's coming over the field a little bit as they look to their sideline for the play. It's 1st and 10 from their own 45. They shift some guys around. Uluave behind in the pistol. Handoff from Reiser to Uluave right side. Gains about 4 yards and pushes it forward at the 49. So a gain of 4.
Just an absolute tank. I mean, that's a 1 yard gain most cases, but Uluave, the Cal commit, able to just put his head down there and get a nice gain.
Yeah, if you want to read about Cade Uluave, there was an article in KSL did an article on him and talked about his commitment to Cal, as he had many schools coming for him, but when he heard Cal, he wanted the academics. That's the kind of kid he is. So a 4-yard rush for Uluave. 2nd down and 6 for the Sentinels. 3 receivers to the far side. 10:45 on the clock. And delay a game from the back, Judge. And that it's interesting because they have a play clock in each end zone. I forgot to mention that, Rex. That will be something for Skyview to get used to, but Mountain Ridge should be used to it.
Yeah, they were taking their time getting up there, and that's a great point, John. I hadn't even noticed that. That's some big-time stuff right there. That's 6A football stuff.
So 5-yard penalty on the delay of game brings up 2nd and 11, back at their own 44 now. Riser in shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. He fakes the handoff. The blitz is on. Ferguson with the interception. The first interception for the Bobcats all season. And Michael Ferguson's there at the 40-yard line.
For those of you fortunate enough to be watching on CashValleyDaily.com, here's a replay of that. Watch Ferguson just jump in front of this route and come up with the interception. Huge play.
Fergie with the interception there at the 40-yard line as he just undercut the route. Actually at the 35, and he gets trucked at about the 44-yard line. So Skyview will start at their own 44. What a start for the Bobcats.
Yeah, and what a way to go help himself out there. Ferguson's coming out to play quarterback today, and what a great way to go get the takeaway. Pre-game we talked about, Johnny, you got to get an interception, and there is Michael Ferguson right on cue with the interception.
Well, I'll tell you, it's Skyview's first turnover, like intercepting the ball. They've had fumble recoveries. First down, and Ferguson's just going to run it up the gut, and he's stopped and pushed back, maybe a yard if he's lucky. They don't knock him to the ground. He does get to the 45, so 1-yard gain for Ferguson.
Yeah, a player to keep an eye on is number 51, Chase Higham. He's a defensive lineman there for Mountain Ridge, and he is just an absolute menace. We were watching film on Mountain Ridge against Wasatch, and it seemed like he was involved in every single running play.
About 1 yard. 2nd and 9 from the 45.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Ferguson here.
So Skyview runs on a player late, and all kinds of movement. How is that not a false start? They hand off to
there is a flag down.
Okay, there's got to be an illegal shift because there was so many guys moving at the start of that snap. So it's going to be on the Bobcats, a legal procedure. They ran on someone late. They had 2 running backs, Spackman and Egbert, in the backfield with Ferguson.
Yeah, we're just awaiting the final call here. Taking their time.
Skyview Sports brought to you by State Farm agent Lana Powell. When you bundle home, auto, and life insurance, you save. Call Lana Powell today, 752-7639, a great sponsor of high school football here on 106.9 FM, The Fan.
Definitely on Skyview. I think the ref's trying to get to where you can actually see the press box. Yeah, it looks like...
So 5 yards back. So it was 2nd and 9. Now it'll be 2nd and 14. Ball is placed at their own 40. So 2nd and 14 for the Bobcats. You've got 3 receivers here to the west. 1 running back in the backfield with Ferguson, the quarterback. 2nd and 14 for the Bobcats. Their own 40. No score after the interception by Ferguson. Play clock down to 10. Ferguson still has time. Down to 6. He's going to snap it, keep it on the quarterback keeper. That read option as he faked it to Egbert, but Skyview loses 2 yards.
Yeah, Braden Anderson for Mountain Ridge read that thing perfectly. And that's going to be tough. If the defensive end is biting that hard on it, Ferguson may need to look at giving it up to Egbert next time. It's an easy call to make from the press box, though.
Yeah. We're far enough away from those big boys
6'6" defensive linemen.
So it's easy for us to say, but Ferguson saw something, but goes for a 2-yard loss. So it's 3rd and long for the Bobcats. Empty backfield for Ferguson. He's going to roll out to the outside. He throws, and it's intercepted at the 50-yard line and taken down Mountain Ridge. And then Ferguson's laid out. But I think he was just more disgusted with himself as he took some time on the ground. So he took the interception away, but then he just gave it back on the interception. So both teams get an interception early in this ball game.
Yeah, Ferguson catches an interception, and then he throws an interception. And he did take a shot on that play, John, but what he did there is he kind of made a late decision back to the middle of the field. When you're running to the sideline, the play's got to be the sideline, because if it's back to the middle, you're giving the defense a chance to catch up.
So 8:38 left, no score, empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 2 to the left for Reiser. Now he motions for someone to come inside. There's the motion man. Reiser back to pass, plenty of time. He throws wide open. That's Kinney out of the slot to the 30, the 25, makes a move. Still breaking tackles, and he's rocked inside the 20. A big gain from the 42 to about the 17-yard line.
I mean, there was a Skyview defender within 10 yards of him when he caught that ball.
22, 3, 4, 5. I think it's a 25-yard pass play. Just guessing.
Yep, exactly right.
So 25 yards to Kinney.
That's dangerous there too when Kinney is in space like that.
Yeah, stack formation of 2 receivers on the left for Reiser. Kinney in the backfield on 1st and 10. Handoff to Kinney. Gains about 2 before he's taken down. The ball comes out, but the officials say he was already down.
Yeah, I think it was more forward progress was stopped rather than down, because I think they were laying on big number 62, Junior Sia there.
1 yard gain, I think, to the 16. On the rush. 2nd down, they hand off again. That's Uluave. And Skyview wraps him up and pulls him back. I'll tell you what, they might not push him to the ground, but they're stopping the momentum.
Hey, that's all you got to do. You just got to stop his forward progress.
So a 3-yard gain there will bring up 3rd down. So it's 3rd down for and about 6 yards, 7-17. 3rd down and 6. Ball's at the 13-yard line of Skyview. Clock running at 7:10. No score here. Mountain Ridge knocking on the door in the red zone of Skyview. Kind of 3 receivers, tight formation left side. 1 to the right. Now the man goes across to the right side. Reiser is in shotgun with Uluave back there. He fumbles the snap, picks it up. Skyview's in pursuit of Reiser, but he outruns him to the outside, gets bumped out of bounds short of the 1st down. That threw the timing off, but the Bobcats did a great job of getting Reiser off his spot once he did fumble that snap.
Yeah, Cam Carling blew through there, but Reiser turned on the jets and left Cam in the dust.
So a loss of 1 yard for Reiser, and so for a team in the top 10, they don't look sharp now. So on for the extra point, the kick for a field goal from the left hash, a 31-yard attempt coming up from the left hash.
This is Brody Laga, the single most impressive kicker I've ever seen.
And he kicks. He's a left-footed kicker. That one looks true. And he bangs it through from 31 yards out. So it's 3-0 on the 31-yard field goal with 6:47 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 3-0 Mountain Ridge. We'll be back right after this.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. Employees look great and clients will notice. Get your order in today for fall products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. Located at 966 West 400 North in Logan.
31-yard field goal by Mountain Ridge puts Mountain Ridge up early, 3-0 with 6:47 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, John, what I was going to say there about Brody Laga, this kid was hitting 61-yard field goals in warm-ups. I've never seen a kid in high school warming up on the opposing side of the field, kicking field goals and making it look casual.
On the kickoff, it bounces and will roll into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. Skyview could have had a chance there to return it, but it just took a kind of a goofy bounce there, Rex.
Yeah, it was like a knuckleball that he kicked. That thing did not spin, did not move in the air. It floated solid. But back to Brody Laga. I had a chance to talk to his mom today because she was wearing a Kickers Rule t-shirt, and I said, has this kid got any D1 offers? And she said no. And I could not believe that, watching him. He's only a junior. He's out there hitting 61-yarders in warm-ups. Utah State Aggies, if you're listening, take a look at Brody Laga.
So Skyview now will take over at their own 20, second possession. with 6:47. Ferguson empty backfield. Takes the snap, back to pass, and he's snowed under quickly. That was pretty quick doing there.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor Higham, as well as his brother, I'm assuming Chase Higham, they both got in there real quick and made that play.
Yeah, a loss of 6, back to the 14. I think if I remember right, they've had 9 sacks on the season so far as a team. 6 sacks as a season. Oh, that's Skyview. 9 sacks for Mountain Ridge this season. Make that 10. So Ferguson, 2nd and long. 2nd and 16 at their 14. Second possession for the Bobcats. Throw over the middle, wide open, complete. Breaks a tackle, gets to the 21. So good play from the 14 to the 21. And is Ferguson down?
I think it's one of the linemen that's down. Yeah, Ferguson's up.
Okay, so a 7-yard pass play. Was that Gamble?
It was Zamel, I think.
Oh, Zamel.
Yeah, 15. Garrett Zamel.
So Zamel with the catch for 7 yards, just on a slant route to the 21.
That was the right read by Ferguson, too, because they were bringing some heat. Uluave came through, and thank goodness for Ferguson's sake that Spackman was in the backfield because he was able to pick up the blitz there.
So a 3rd down and 9 for the Bobcats, and they take the snap. Ferguson drops wide receiver screen to Spackman, I believe. He runs over the umpire. I got to love that. Get out of the way. We have a 1st down, but he takes out the umpire. That's the replay.
Yeah, I got a replay going for you here.
So there is a penalty marker, so it's probably an ineligible receiver downfield. We saw that a couple times last week. But there goes that umpire in that scrum. Rex caught it. That should hit the highlight reel. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Mountain Ridge. 1st down Skyview, so count the yardage. So that ball went up to the 27-yard line on the pass play from the 21, a 6-yard pass play, and then tack on 15 more. So a 1st down Skyview via the penalty.
Yeah, take it any way you can get it, too.
So Spackman will get the wide receiver screen, or running back screen, a middle screen got up there, and then a 15-yard unsportsmanlike on Mountain Ridge. So Skyview gets that 1st down via the penalty. The ball moves up to the 42-yard line of Skyview. 3-0 Mountain Ridge. Clock under 5 minutes to go. 3 receivers right, nobody left. Running back behind is Egbert. Egbert breaks it outside, trying to cut up field, rams into the linebackers, and some shoving after the play there, as Skyview's Jet Ballard wasn't going to give any ground. The senior just pushing and shoving.
I got to say, man, I was watching the same thing. I was watching Jet Ballard on that play, and he took a shot from number 9, Peyton Freeman, and he just stood his ground. I mean, and he gave up at least 7 inches in height on that play.
Yeah, Jet Ballard not getting pushed around out there as he's pushing back. As he doesn't see a lot of time at receiver because usually it's Ferguson out there, but he's back in there. So 3 receivers out there on 2nd and 8. Just a little pass play complete. Makes a move upfield to the 50-yard line before he's pushed back. It will be, they say, Brighton Williams on the catch. He's wearing number 1 tonight, not 16. So Uluave on the tackle and pushed him back up to the 49, not quite the 50. It'll be 3rd and 3. So I believe a 5-yard pass play that time to Brighton Williams. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 for Skyview. They got to get to their own, or to the Mountain Ridge 48. Play clock is down to 17. Skyview just coming out of the huddle. They have time. So 3rd and 3 from their own 49. Ferguson is in shotgun. He sends Egbert out of the backfield with 5 seconds. He's going to swing it out to Egbert too high and over his head. They're going to say incomplete. That was Spackman, actually, so incomplete. He'll bring up 4th down for the Bobcats. And I don't know if you can go for it, Rex.
Yeah, I don't think he can. I think you got to punt it. I mean,
you want to try to flip the field.
Yeah, you got to try to flip the field. Hopefully, whether it's Spackman or or whoever it may. Yeah, it's going to be Spackman. Hopefully he can get a good one here, try to kind of cough and kick it down here, pin them deep inside their territory, because the defense has answered the call here for Skyview thus far into the first quarter.
Peyton Freeman goes back to get it, and it's kicked away, nearly blocked, and Freeman fumbles it. Picks it up, though, a lucky bounce as he went up to the 14 to catch it, and he fumbled it, and it came down on the turf, but it bounced right up to him. If he doesn't, I don't know, if that ball doesn't take a bounce right back up into his chest, that could have gone Skyview's way.
That's absolutely another reason why you punt the ball, too. You never know when something crazy like that's going to happen. So now you advance the ball another almost 30 yards down the field here, and your defense has been answering the call. Go answer the call again, Skyview Bobcat defense.
3:03 in the first quarter, 3-0 is the score. Mountain Ridge leads on a 31-yard field goal. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Reiser has it, 2 receivers to each side. Reiser back to pass, has time, throws over the middle, picked off! Another pick to the 25, the 20, still on his feet, to the 15, inside the 15 to the 10. And the Bobcats last year picked them off twice, and they've picked them off twice this year. But there's a late flag, and it's going to be an illegal block on Jackson Bradley. They're going to call a blindside block, so that field position Skyview had comes back as you got the replay, Rex.
Yeah, here goes the replay. You'll see Reiser come across the middle, and it's Cam Carling steps right in front of this pass, and Carling takes this thing and has a nice little return with it, too.
So Carling gets the interception and gets a great return with 2:50 here in the first quarter, but unfortunately that penalty on Skyview will knock them back. They would have had field position inside the 15. Instead, it's going to go back to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, great effort, though. This is what Coach wanted, was effort, and that's what we're getting at Skyview. It just was an unnecessary play there by Jackson Bradley, but we'll see if Skyview can capitalize off of the turnover here in the first quarter.
2:50 in the first. Skyview out Mountain Ridge, 27-yard line, heading to the south, left to right on your radio dial. 3 receivers to the left for the Bobcats. And Ferguson takes the snap. He's going to throw it out there too high and misses Brighton Williams, incomplete.
Yeah, he just airmailed that one. Kind of like a rainbow-style pass up and over Brighton Williams. Luckily, it falls harmlessly to the ground. Live to play another play here. We are going to have some score updates coming in, John.
Yep. Why don't you just get to those right now?
You got it. All right. We got Bonneville 14, Mountain Crest 0. That's brought to you by D&D Auto Salvage. They are going to pay you the most for your junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. 787-1204. That's D&D Auto Salvage bringing you that score. Bonneville 14, Mountain Crest 0.
That's at Bonneville. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2 running backs in the backfield. Little miscommunication, so Ferguson just takes it. You can tell these guys haven't had a lot of reps together, but that's what happens when you're down to your third-string quarterback.
Absolutely. And I love that play by Ferguson, too. It's not there. Just go get something.
Yeah, both running backs that were on each hip of Ferguson both kind of collided together in the middle. So Ferguson's like, hey, well, I've got to just take it.
Right.
So clock down to 2:20, and it's running 3-0. 2 interceptions by the junior quarterback for Mountain Ridge, Reiser. So Bobcats break the huddle at 11 seconds on the play clock. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 1 running back, Egbert, in the backfield with Ferguson. Play clock down to 3, gets the snap off. Shovel pass, nice play, but my goodness. Egbert is absolutely blasted by Cade Ulu-Ave.
Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and grab that replay too, just because, that's, if you're a fan of football, you're a fan of that hit. Now, this brings up an interesting scenario here. They could send Kalebi de Quadros out there for a field goal, and that looks like what the Bobcats are going to do here.
This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Oh, Jet Ballard's moving it up. He's the placeholder. Now they're going to back it up, so it's about a 39-yard field goal attempt where they're lining up. So waiting for the snap. Ballard gets the hold down. Kick is on the way. 39-yarder by De Quadros is good. Plenty of leg. De Quadros for 3.
I dig it. Okay, here's that replay on that play there. Ties the game up at 3s.
39-yard field goal right down the pipes.
Yeah, and here he goes. Ballard, great hold. De Quadros just punches that thing through to tie the game up at 3s. Great effort here by Skyview in this first quarter.
1:16 left in the quarter, and Skyview's all knotted up, 3-3, 116 in the quarter. And De Quadros on the season, Rex, he was 0 for 1 from field goals, 7 of 8 on PATs, and he's got the 39-yarder there to tie us up here in the first quarter, 1:16 remaining.
Yeah, and that one that he had was actually blocked too.
Yeah.
We got another score update, John. Box Elder 8, Bear River 0. That score update is brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, visit your local McDonald's for pickup and drive-thru. Work for McDonald's and let McDonald's work for you. Flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, plus meals and other perks.
There's the kickoff. It will be returnable. It's going to come down at about the 8, right up the middle, and he's taken down. What a tackle! Special teams at the 25. It was a decent
34.
return.
That's Sam Porter.
Good job by Porter. I mean, Skyview special teams, looked like they had a good return coming, and then Porter came out of nowhere.
Here's that replay on CashValleyDaily.com. What a play there by Sam Porter.
Great job by the Bobcats tonight on special teams and defense. And offensively, he's really struggling, but hey, the defense is carrying him right now with 2 interceptions on Reiser, the quarterback. Is Reiser coming back out? It's what I want to know. I believe it's still him, isn't it?
Yeah, we still got 2 back there.
So Reiser's still back at quarterback, 3 receivers right, and he fumbles the snap again, and he's going to run. Oh, he got away. Spackman was there and just let him get away. And Reiser upfield.
He took a shot, though.
That's a bad call. He's already going down, and it wasn't helmet to helmet just because his head cocked off of someone's arm. I don't like that call, but they're going to give it to him. So from the 25 to the 30, it'll be a 5-yard rush, and it will be on Skyview for helmet to helmet.
Yeah, it is, and that's a tough call. That's a bang-bang play there, but Cam Carling comes in as Reiser's on his way down. He does hit him. You do see the head rock, and you're going to get a flag every time, especially at the high school level when you see that.
The thing about it, too, is that unfortunately for Skyview, Rex, they should have had him in the backfield. They had 2 Bobcats there that kind of ran into each other. Otherwise, they have a sack for a loss.
I'm very impressed by the Skyview defensive line today, though. They are getting in there quick to Reiser.
So Reiser, he's fumbled 2 snaps already. So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That's actually Uluave, I think, out here. Reiser takes the snap. He's going to throw it. It wasn't Uluave because they handed off to him, and, of course, he drags the pile for about 4 yards.
Jeez.
For a 6-yard gain. Skyview hit him, and he drug 3 guys.
Oh, Uluave is hobbled right now, John.
Well, that
is not good.
Nope, but they still have Kinney that's a great runner, more shifty than Uluave. 2nd down and 4. They turn around, hand it off to Kinney. He makes a great jump cut to the left side for the first down and breaks a tackle. He's upfield. Didn't go out of bounds, likes the contact.
Yeah, he does. Samisi Kinney, he's the lightning to the thunder that is Uluave, but man, he packs his own thunder too. And look at him going with some tempo.
I think it's 18 yards on that rush. 1st and 10. Reiser rolls out to the right side. He's got pressure in his face and goes retreating back and gets away from Skyview. Then launches it downfield, wide open, incomplete. Reiser, give him credit because Skyview, but you've mentioned it, Rex. Skyview's defense is playing great because he took the proper angle that time. The Bobcat did. He just lost his footing.
Yeah, that was a great play. I think it was Lillywhite. Yeah, Jace Lillywhite, number 25, the sophomore. Jace is making plays for Skyview defensively. He bursted right through there, and Reiser threw a little shake on him, but he was able to stick with him and get him off his spot. And like you said, John, in your play-by-play, wide open down the field, missed him though.
So Reiser, 2nd down and 10 from Skyview's 33, 11 seconds left. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off up the middle. He jumps over a player and then gets tackled. Was that Kinney?
Yeah. I'm marking that, and we are playing that replay because that was a sweet run by Samisi Kinney. Watch him here on your screen on CashValleyDaily.com as he takes this handoff and just hurdles the linebacker for Skyview.
So that's the end of the first quarter, and it's Skyview 3 and Mountain Ridge 3. We're going to take a break and be back with the second quarter right after this on 106.9 The Fan.
When disaster overwhelms you, let ARS restore your peace of mind. Call 753-9600 or go to our website at arscleanup.com.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business, too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your...
Sorry to cut off Dave Simmons, our good pal, calling Ridgeline Riverhawk games on 104.5 The Ranch, but here on 106.9 The Fan, it's 3-3, start of the second quarter. It is 3rd and 8 for Mountain Ridge at the Skyview 31. Back to pass is Reiser. Reiser throws for the end zone, wide open in the end zone is incomplete.
He knocked it out. That was number 14 there. That's Ballard, I think. Yeah, Carver Ballard knocked that thing out.
We'll see if we got that on replay here.
Oh, yeah, we barely did.
Reiser, you can see the receiver wide open in the end zone, and just a big hit by Carver Ballard to knock it free. And here comes the field goal kicker. This one will be longer.
Well within his range, though, as we were saying last time he was up there for the kick.
So this one is going to line up to be a 48-yarder, isn't it? Right in the middle of the field. Snap is back. Kick is on the way. It's up, and it looks good, and it is good from 48 yards. What a weapon it is from 48 yards to start the second quarter. A 48-yard field goal for Laga, and it is 6-3. We're going to take a break and be back right after this.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business, too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today.
Welcome back to Mountain Ridge High School. 48-yard field goal by Mountain Ridge, and they lead Skyview 6-3, just 13 seconds into the second quarter. Awaiting the kickoff to Skyview in the south end zone, and there it is. High kick, and it's going to go into the end zone, about 9 yards deep.
Yeah, that was a heck of a kick there by Laga.
So Skyview will take over at their own 20. Skyview defensively has taken 2 interceptions, and they've thrown one. Ferguson has, as he is getting his first start at quarterback.
Yeah, and not a lot of stats. He's completed 3 passes on 5 pass attempts for 10 yards, but he is hitting his receivers. They are making some plays, and we'll see if they're able to put a drive here together here.
So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ferguson has a running back in the backfield. First down and 10. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and he's cracked. Breaks the tackle. Well, never really broke the tackle, but pushed it forward. I don't think that was Egbert. That was, I think, Boston Hall.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what running back that was, John, but you're exactly right. That was Boston Hall.
So no gain as he got back to the line of scrimmage. Give him credit because Hall was cracked as soon as he got the handoff.
Yeah, that's at least a 1-yard loss there if Boston isn't as tough as he is and able to get that thing back up there.
Again, Skyview's offense a little bit struggling here to start. Second down and 10 from their own 20. Clock running here, just underway here in the second quarter, 6-3 Mountain Ridge. 4 receivers to the left. Now Egbert goes out of the slot in motion across to the right side. They throw it out there. It's complete for the screen. Upfield is the player for the Bobcats. Didn't catch the number.
It was 14. It's Carver Ballard. Nice pitch and catch there from Ferguson to Ballard.
Yeah, the net's 3 yards.
I really like that play, how Egbert goes in motion and then he becomes the lead blocker on that screen pass.
Yep.
Great play design.
So they had 4 receivers out to the far side of the field, or the west side of the field. That ball is on that right hash. They're still in the huddle here, awaiting the 3rd down play. 3rd down and 7 from their own 23. Just getting out of the huddle. The play clock's down to 10. They got to kind of hustle here. Empty backfield, 3 receivers one way, 2 to the other. Clock down to 3, down to 2. Ferguson gets the snap. Blitz is on up the middle. He throws it complete, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. It's only about a 3. Well, they're going to give it a 3-yard pass play.
Yeah, every little bit of yardage when you're inside your own 30 like that, giving your punter just a little bit more room is pretty crucial. Now they need Spackman to come out here and get a hold of one, though.
Well, now, was that Ballard or was that on the catcher Williams?
That was Brighton Williams.
Okay, Williams. So not 11 and 1. So Spackman standing at his own 10. The line of scrimmage is the 26. Their returner for Mountain Ridge is back, and the kick is away. Spackman gets his foot into it, inside the 50, bounces at the 40, takes a Skyview bounce, comes all the way down to the 30. That's still rolling down to the 25, the 24. Great roll from about the 40 to the 24-yard line. So that's where they will take over after the punt. Mountain Ridge will with a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, Spackman looked really good on that punt there. That's exactly what they needed out of him.
So this game brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. You can count on Napa Auto Parts for the parts you need and the parts you use every day. Napa Auto Parts bringing you Skyview football here on the Fan. 9:18 here in the first half. Mountain Ridge with a couple of field goals leads 6-3 over the Bobcats. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff back to Kinney. There's a holding penalty that's not Kinney, though. It's actually 22. Well, I thought the ref threw his flag. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, back at the 20, and that's a spot foul, and the line of scrimmage is the 24. That ball, or the flag, is on the 20, so that's 4 yards in the backfield, and it's a 10-yard penalty. So it should be half the distance, I believe, or it will go, yeah, it's a spot foul. So it goes from the 20. It should just go back to the 10. So it won't be half the distance. It turns out to be a 14-yard penalty, even though it's a 10-yard hold.
Yeah, and that was number 22, McCoy Hardman. He's the kid we talked about a little bit in the first quarter. He's the 3rd string back on this team, but, man, he's going to get a little more time depending on Uluave's status.
Well, so Hardman's back there then, right? 22.
Yeah.
Reiser, the quarterback still. He's thrown 2 picks. 9:09, clock stopped. 1st and long at their own 10. Back to pass. Blitz is on. He lets it go. It's complete, but Skyview's right. And then a flag comes out. That's a lineman downfield. That's what that is. 2 linemen are standing where the receiver caught it. That's what that play should be.
Yeah, Chase Higgum just took off a little too soon there for Mountain Ridge and got down the field there, and that's what's going to bring up that penalty.
Yeah, ineligible receiver downfield. I'll tell you what, Mountain Ridge, they're big, they're fast, they're strong, but they are very undisciplined.
Yeah, they're having a lot of penalties here tonight. A little bit uncharacteristic from what we saw against Wasatch. They played a fairly clean game. They hung up 51 or so on Wasatch, but man, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot here tonight against Skyview.
1st and 29. Ball is placed at their own 5. Reiser has the running back there, Hardman.
Kinney actually.
No, now it's Kinney.
Yeah, they just switched him.
Okay, so Kinney is in the end zone. Reiser's back there. Now Kinney comes into the slot. So empty backfield for Reiser on 1st and 29. Back to pass in his own end zone. Blitz is on. They throw it, and it is incomplete. Nearly picked off. 2 Bobcats were the closest there. That's intentional grounding, maybe, as Coach is saying it. But the new rule.
Yeah, Coach Howell is losing it.
But I think with the new rule, he wasn't outside of the pocket, though. That's the only thing that I would argue. But that could be a safety, but it goes incomplete, as Coach Howell's still making his case.
Yeah, I mean, Carver Ballard, though, it's lucky for Reiser he didn't get more under that thing, because Carver Ballard jumped that route, and he was going to take that thing to the house.
So, again, Kinney back there in the end zone with Reiser. Play clock down to 6. 2nd and 29 from their own 5. Play clock down to 2. Gets the snap at 1. Reiser back to pass. Skyview puts some pressure, and they get Reiser, and there's a holding penalty. If that's in the end zone, it's a safety.
If it is, it's going to be on number 52, William Adamson.
The flag is in the end zone. That's a safety. Let's see what the call is, though. Did they say the holding occurred in the end zone? That's where the flag landed. I assume it's a safety with 8:38 in the first half. Let's see. But it's definitely a penalty on Mountain Ridge. Is it a safety? Ref, please tell us.
I know, he's just there's really discussing it. Oh, he just moved the flag, John.
Oh, so now the ref says he's too strong. So the holding occurred at the 1 yard line. That was close. So it's a holding. It'll be half the distance from the 5.
You decline that, don't you?
Well, you could take the run, yeah, and I think that's what Coach Howell did because the ball's out at the 5 yard line now, so 3rd and long, so they will get.
The ref never motioned that penalty was, in fact, declined, but I think if you're Coach Howell, you absolutely
you do. So a 3-yard rush. It was a 3-yard rush, Rex, for Reiser. It'll be 3rd and 26. The ball is placed at the 8-yard line of Mountain Ridge. 3rd and 26. I keep almost saying ridge line because of the
hard.
ridge.
I get it. I keep doing it too.
So 3rd and 8 for Reiser and Mountain Ridge. If you're Skyview's defense, you don't want to give up anything big. 3rd and 26 from their own 8. 8:23 in the first half. Reiser back to pass. He retreats into the end zone. Now he comes back out. He's got the backside blitz. Now he runs. Skyview in pursuit. They knock him out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down, but a good run for Reiser up to the 25-yard line, which is almost the original line of scrimmage. So it will be up to the 25-yard line. So it's about 4th and 9, so a big run there.
Yeah, a huge run there for Reiser. I mean, that absolutely helps give Uluave a little bit of breathing room for this punt. In pre-games, watching Uluave punt, he can definitely get a hold of him.
So Uluave standing at his own 10. Skyview's returner is at his own 40, and I didn't catch the number.
Oh, we're both trying to get that number.
The angle that
I would assume it's Brighton Williams.
That's what I think. There's the punt. It's a high one.
It's actually Vickers.
And Vickers calls for the fair catch. That should be catch interference. He made the catch, but the Mountain Ridge player's right there in his face. I don't know what the official's looking at. Skyview will get the fair catch by Vickers at the 35-yard line. So 6-3, Mountain Ridge leads with 8:04. Do we have any scores that have come through?
Yeah, we...
Let's double check this. Other region games going on. Mountain Crest is at Bonneville. Ridgeline is hosting Minico of Idaho. Bear River is hosting Box Elder. Green Canyon versus Morgan, and Logan is at Woods Cross.
Last score we have is Bonneville 17, Mountain Crest 0. That's brought to you by Les Olson Company. Get your free network assessment at lesolson.com.
So from their own 35, Skyview has it. 1st and 10. 8:04 in the half. They trail 6-3. Play clock down to 1. They have to burn a timeout as they weren't lined up correctly. So not a bad timeout there. You don't want to get the delay of game.
Right.
We'll take it as well. It's Mountain Ridge 6, Skyview 3, 8:04 in the first half. We'll be back right after this.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
We are Poblanos, the only place where you will find real Mexican food. Yeah, that homemade style. We are located in 780 Main Street in Smithfield. Come and check us out. And we want to help our students out, so just bring your school ID and we'll hook it up with the food. Yeah, like tacos $1 or quesadilla combos. Only at Poblanos.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs, competitive prices, and free rock chip repairs for life. Call Preston Watts.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass brings you this 1st and 10 and this game on 106.9 The Fan. 1st and 10 Bobcats from their own 35. They trail 6-3. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Ferguson. 2 running backs on each hip. Ferguson takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. No, he keeps it himself on the right side. He's got a hold to the 40. The 45 gets a block to the 50, to the 45. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15. Inside the 15 of Mountain Ridge. Wow, what a play as he faked it to one of the running backs, and he is gone for 51 yards.
Here you go with replay on CashValleyDaily.com. you'll see Ferguson take off and turn on the Jets here. He does that fake to Egbert, which got me for sure.
Yep.
And then Ferguson keeps it, crosses the midfield line, turns on the Jets, heads down the sideline here.
That's the largest rushing play, or the longest rushing play of the season for the Bobcats at 51 yards, because Egbert had a 40-yard one earlier, but it was called back. So 1st and 10, Skyview at the Mountain Ridge, inside the 15, down to the 13. Handoff from Ferguson to Egbert, and he's taken down in the backfield by 3 Mountain Ridge players, a loss of 2.
Yeah, the defense there for Mountain Ridge read that play perfectly.
Egbert had a hard time getting things going against Rigby's defense and really struggling here tonight as well. But 2nd and 13, they actually 3-yard loss for the Bobcats back to the 16-yard line. So 2nd and 13 from the 16 of Mountain Ridge. They trail 6-3, but they're knocking on the door after the 51-yard rush by Ferguson. Play clock at 10. They're out of the huddle, but now they're shifting around. So the 3 receivers to the short side of the field, 1 to the right. Ferguson, play clock down to 5, gets the snap. He's going to run. Oh, he handed it off, and then a penalty marker comes flying in. And I don't know what the penalty is there.
I'm not sure either, John. I was trying to figure out what that could have been. I was watching the ball. See what the signal is here.
It's a holding on Skyview. So that's in the backfield, and it's about 4 yards deep, so that's going to be a 14-yard penalty or so. The line of scrimmage was the 16, and the penalty marker was actually at the 23. It was 7 yards deep, and so now they're really back. So it turns out to be a 17-yard penalty, really, in actual field position, back to the 33. So after the big, long run, Skyview's gone backwards.
Yeah, they gotta. I think the biggest thing here, John, is just to try to get some yardage. 2nd down, you got 2 downs to work with it. Try to get some yardage. Get Kalebi de Quadros another shot. If worst case scenario here.
So after the big run by Ferguson, 4 receivers right. Back to pass. Ferguson sets up the screen in the middle. Egbert has it, and he's tackled. The linebacker not fooled. And guess which linebacker it is, Rex?
I'm going to close my eyes and guess Uluave.
It was. Otherwise, Egbert, I think for most high schools, Egbert's gone.
I agree.
But Uluave read that perfectly. The commit didn't get away from who he was supposed to guard and stayed with him the whole way.
Yeah, when you have as many schools offering you full ride scholarships as Cade Uluave has, you're going to be making plays like that every single Friday.
That was a 6-yard pass play, I believe, to Egbert. It's 2nd and 19 from the 27. They had the ball inside the 15, but it's 3rd and 19, excuse me. Back, Ferguson's going to keep it himself. He's taken down. They tried that same little play in same formation, and Ferguson got taken down at the 31, so a loss of 4. So Skyview had the 51-yard run by Ferguson, got inside the 15. They've gone backwards ever since. Well, I guess Egbert got the 6-yard positive yards, but they've had 2 negative plays and then that 10-yard holding.
Yeah, and it's tough to see. It's so easy to make the call from up here in the booth, but you wonder if Ferguson hands that off to Egbert if they get closer to a manageable field goal there. Skyview content to let the play clock run down a little ways here. They're going to send Spackman out and try to pin him deep. I mean, heck, your defense has only given up 6 points in the first half to a 6A powerhouse in Mountain Ridge.
And you've had 2 picks.
Right.
So Spackman, 4 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2, 1. I think they're going to take the delay of game. There it is, delay of game. I think that was just to take the delay of game, Rex, and move it back 5 yards to give you some more room to punt.
Yeah, and Spackman's able to get a practice punt there, so that works. Well, John, Preston Watts Collision and Glass in Smithfield has been a business for over 50 years. They've seen it all and know how to work with every insurance to take care of your windshield and auto collision repair. Call 563-3215 for Preston Watts Collision and Glass.
4:27 in the first half, 6-3. 4th down, Skyview to punt. Spackman lets it go. It's a low line drive. It came up and caught at the 10. So with 4:21, it will be Mountain Ridge ball at their own 10. And I guess I'll say this because I get on the officials sometime. At least they were consistent because Skyview was in to me, like a play where you could say, hey, he's in the halo area or something like that.
Right.
So 4:21 remaining here in the first half, 6-3 Mountain Ridge. Skyview had a great opportunity inside the 15 Rex, but they just couldn't capitalize after their big run. But a good punt. They flipped the field at least as Mountain Ridge starts at their own 10, first and 10. Reiser in shotgun. Takes a snap. It's a low snap, but he hands it off, trying to find some room to run, and does. Some positive yards there. I believe it was Kinney, but I didn't for sure catch it.
That's what I'm seeing also.
Okay, so from the 8-yard line up to the 14, a 6-yard run by Kinney.
Going with a little bit of tempo now is Mountain Ridge.
So 2nd down and 4. They hand it off to Kinney again. He tries to find some room, and Skyview's there and bottles it up. Great play defensively. Maybe a yard by Kinney. That time will bring up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, defensive front looking strong there for Skyview. Got to give a shout out there to 67 Mason Bird as well as Kason Spackman.
Well, they do hurry up, so 3rd down and 3. They take the snap, turn around, play action pass. The blitz is on, and it's knocked down by Skyview. Who was that?
I always confuse 25 and 24, so I want to get it right. It is Lily White. That's 25.
Lily White has had 2 magnificent plays tonight, and that one he knocks it down on 3rd and 3. And now it will be 4th and 3, and Uluave's out there to punt. Great job by Lily White and the Bobcat defense on the play-action pass. They weren't fooled.
And they saved themselves a ton of time. I'm so impressed by this Skyview defense. Coach Chris Howell has this defense up and running at full capacity right now.
So Vickers goes back to receive this punt. Uluave standing at the 1. Takes the snap. He gets his foot into it. It's a line drive. Vickers retreats, and it's going to bounce.
Oh, he's got to go get that. Yeah, what is he doing?
He landed at the 40, and he lets it roll all the way back.
What is he?
It goes inside the 25. It's a great punt by Uluave. Vickers misjudged it in the air, and so they're talking to him and just saying, hey, next time, just kind of, we know you want to get away from it because you don't want it to bounce off of you, but make sure it doesn't roll.
You got to go pick it up. I mean, I don't want to be too hard on the kid, but you got to go pick that ball up.
So ball goes back to the 24, so the field is flipped. So Skyview trailing 6-3 with 3:23, so about a minute of time off the clock. Not quite. It was 58 seconds that Mountain Ridge ran off that clock, and Skyview will take over with 3:23, trailing 6-3 from their own 24-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Egbert in the backfield, I believe, with Ferguson. Ferguson takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself on the read option. He's up to the 30, 35, makes the move to the 40, up to the 45. Ferguson, a great play from the 24 to the 46-yard line. It will be a 22-yard run by Ferguson on the read option.
Michael Ferguson is running that read option to almost perfection right now.
He's had a 51-yard rush and then a 22-yard rush, so
he's got 64 positive yards rushing the ball. That's including tackles behind the line.
Yep, so at the 40, their own 46, clock running under 3 minutes. It's 1st and 10 Bobcats. Same formation. Ferguson takes it. He's going to fake it. No, he gives it to Egbert. He's got room. Egbert gets his largest run of the night as he just followed a blocker right up the right side for about 7 yards.
I am shocked that Skyview is winning this battle in the trenches, and that's a true testament to these offensive and defensive linemen for Skyview, because you look at Mountain Ridge and you're looking at D1 athletes on the defensive line. Skyview much smaller than them and still winning the battle in the trenches right now.
They're at the 47 of Mountain Ridge. They trail 6-3, the Bobcats do. They line up. Ballard runs to the right side. Play clock down to 8. They still have time. 3 receivers to the right. 1 in the backfield on 2nd and 3. Snap back to Ferguson. He's going to hand it off to Egbert. Left side on the short side of the field. That's Spackman, actually. And there comes the late flag for a hold. Spackman got outside. And then another late flag. It's going to be against the Mountain Ridge players, and their coaches are hot.
Yeah, they are.
They're all over number 51, Chase Higgum, the nose guard, as they take him out of the game, and they're chewing him out. It's going to be a hold on Skyview, but after the play, unsportsmanlike on Mountain Ridge with 2 minutes to play, they'll have to sort this out. I think you take the holding penalty, 10 yards, and then you go 15 forward.
Yeah.
So holding on Skyview after the Egbert run. So the holding is 2 yards in the backfield at the 50, and then a personal foul. So the ball goes back to the 40 of Skyview, and then you go 15 yards. It will take it to the 45 of Skyview, or Mountain Ridge, and it will be third down, I believe, because it was after the play. If it's not after the play, then it's second down.
That is a lot of sorting out to do right there. The sticks are showing second.
And I think that it wasn't after the play. So second down and 1 for Skyview at the Mountain Ridge 41.
Guess we'll take it.
Yep, a hold and then a personal foul.
Yeah, the ref is showing second down right now.
So Mountain Ridge personal foul, and the Mountain Ridge coaches didn't deny it. They were all over their player. So second down and 1, Skyview. Play clock to 3, down to 2, down to 1. They barely get it off. High snap. Ferguson has to get it, and he's hit in the backfield. That's one where you might want to call the timeout.
Yeah. Well, and Ferguson, when he went up to get that thing, he hit his own face mask when he went to catch that high snap, and he actually knocked his helmet a little crooked. So when you saw that play happen, he had to grab his face mask, pull it down, and get that thing on straight.
So a 4-yard loss. They got out of the huddle late. They started that play clock, and then Skyview sent a guy in motion, and when they did that, Rex, they just didn't have enough time to get that snap off.
Right, yeah. And Coach Howell looked a little heated on that. The play before, the Mountain Ridge coach was a little heated. And speaking of heated, Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning can schedule your service call on, you can schedule it on their website, advancedheating-ac.com. Looking for a new gas fireplace? Advanced Fireplace can also get that going for you as well. Advanced Fireplace and Stove in Logan has what you need. Call 752-7272.
They bring you some scores here, Advanced Heating. It is Woods Cross 17, Logan. They have a letter P down, so I think that's 0. 17-0 with 2:45 in the half. They put a letter P. I don't know what to do with that.
I see it on your phone.
Ridgeline 7, Minico 6 at the half. Bonneville 27-0 over Mountain Crest at the half, and Elder 15-6 at the half over Bear River. So third down and 6 for the Bobcats at the 49 of Mountain Ridge. Or actually 3rd and 5. Empty backfield for Ferguson. Takes a snap. He throws complete. First down. And fighting, breaking 2 tackles. They didn't wrap up. That's Zammel to the 38-yard line. So an 11-yard gain. They needed 5. They got 11 on the pass play to Zammel for the first.
Here's the replay. You'll see Ferguson just a quick drop, quick hit to Zammel, and then look at this kid fight for extra yards.
So first, the clock running at 1:12. Skyview lining up. Takes the snap. Just over the middle. Caught by Zammel and a late flag. That's going to be an illegal motion. I don't think Skyview was set. So the clock stops with 1:06. It's going to be on Skyview, I believe. Yeah, illegal motion. I can see him telling the official. He's waving his hand, so I'm just going to write it down. Skyview with the illegal motion. That's the second time tonight, I believe. So an illegal shift by Skyview, 5 yards back. So from the 38 back to the 43. Skyview's had their opportunities, Rex, in the first half. They just kind of shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they're a little bit of a mess out there. Speaking of a mess, got a mess, call ARS.
Oh, we love our sponsors. Thank you for sponsoring Skyview High School football here on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan, and also video streaming on CashValleyDaily.com. Your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. So 1st and 15 for the Bobcats. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back in the backfield for Ferguson. Ferguson's going to take it himself on the read option. He's up the middle to the 35 and across the 35. Big gain to the 33. Skyview's got to hurry up. 10-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, we'll see what they got. Here they got 49 seconds left in this half.
So they're at the 33-yard line, 2nd and 5. Ferguson back to pass. He's going to throw. It is. Zammel dropped it.
Yeah, just in and out.
Brighton Williams looked like he was open outside, but he had already locked in on Zammel, who should have caught that, but it was a quick pass.
Yeah, Ferguson has kind of this weird throwing motion where it's a short, tight motion, but, I mean, he zipped that thing in there to Zammel, and you can't blame him as Uluave comes over and knocks that thing out.
Well, with 37 seconds in the half, Skyview trails 6-3. They need probably another 15 yards to feel comfortable with De Quadros. as he knocked one field goal through earlier to give him the 3 points. I believe that was from 31. Yeah, 31 yards. Nope, 39 yards for Skyview. So 3rd and 5. Ferguson back to pass. Throws down deep, and it is intercepted at the 2-yard line. So the turnover, the second interception by Skyview, it will be at the 3-yard line, and Skyview turns it over with 30 seconds. Interception, we'll see what that does with Mountain Ridge. You lead 6-3. Do you want to try something with 2 timeouts and 30 seconds, Rex?
I think you turn around and you hand it to Kenny, and you see what happens on first down. If Kenny's able to break one for 10, 15 or so, I think you get real aggressive at that point. They do have 2 timeouts left, does Mountain Ridge, so they got a little time to work with it. I think we'll see what it is they want to try to do here. First down is going to really indicate how the rest of the drive goes. You got to get a little breathing room, too, though, I would think.
Kenny in there. Riser is in shotgun.
I despise shotgun in your own end zone.
Yep. Ball's placed at their own 3. Takes a snap on first down. He's going to pass. He's looking over the middle. He throws. It's caught. Out to the 35-yard line. No flags.
I honestly don't know if that pass was intended for Peyton Jones. I think he just went and got it.
So a 32-yard pass play gets the first down on 32-yard pass play to Jones. And I think you're right. They crossed 2 players, and it missed the intended target, in my opinion, and went to Jones.
Yeah, I think McCoy Hardman was who he was aiming for, but Jones goes up there, climbs the ladder, and makes the catch.
Only used 7 seconds. The clock down to 23 seconds now.
And that's what we were talking about. If this first down play goes well, they probably get a little more aggressive. And I would dare say that went well, getting them all the way up to the 35. So I think we're going to see Mountain Ridge take a couple of shots here. They, make no mistake about it, they are not content up 6-3 over Skyview right now. Skyview is elated right now. They're ecstatic being down 6-3. Mountain Ridge is upset and angry that it is only 6-3.
Well, and Skyview probably a little upset too, because they've had the ball inside the 15 with a chance to take the lead, and they went backwards. They've had their opportunities as well and kind of shot themselves in the foot. So
that's a good point.
But yeah, coming into this game, a lot of people counted them out. 6-3 Mountain Ridge from their own 35 on first down. Riser back to pass. Pressure coming late. He's throwing deep. He's got a man out there. Incomplete. Great defense.
Wow, Sean Tempest, step for step. What a concentration catch. Even though he caught it out of bounds, that was an impressive grab.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sean Tempest, like you said, Rex, step for step, not giving any ground at all as they tried to hit the fly route out there, and the go route. Tempest wasn't fooled, so clock down to 17 seconds, 2nd and 10, 1 timeout for Mountain Ridge. They lead 6-3. They're at their own 35 on 2nd and 10. Empty backfield for Riser. He's got 3 receivers. The ball's on the left hash. So they've got 3 receivers to the wide side of the field, the west side, 2 to the left on the short side of the field. Riser back to pass. No pressure. Now it's coming late. Backside. Riser still running with it, and he lets it go. He gets popped. Downfield. Caught. Skyview let him get behind. Down to the 20. Give Riser credit because he got popped.
Riser has taken some shots today. That was definitely one of them. He hung in there tough and took that shot, and Mountain Ridge will use their timeout. I think Riser is filling that one a little bit.
So a 43-yard pass play, I think, to the 21 of Skyview, and they're in field goal range for sure now.
Absolutely. I mean, if they're at midfield, they're in field goal range.
Skyview's safeties can't let that happen, though, Rex.
All right, so Jackson Riser has completed 4 of 10 passes for 116 yards, and he's thrown the 2 interceptions.
The unfortunate thing for Skyview is Skyview got pressure backside on Riser, flushed him out, and then they popped him as he threw it, but both the safeties came up when they saw him running instead of staying with the receiver.
Right, and I think for Skyview now, 8 seconds left. Do not let this ball go in the end zone and settle. They've used their timeouts, so settle for an incomplete pass and try to block a field goal at this point.
Well, the thing is, if you're Skyview, you for sure can't let anything get you don't want to give something like behind you, but at the same time, you don't want to get like Uluave or Kinney on the run, like on a little swing pass out of the backfield.
You get them in space with that red end zone right in front of them, that's going to be hard to stop.
Yeah, so we'll see what Coach Hal does. I mean, there's lots of things that go into this. Do you want to blitz? Do you pull back and you only rush 3 and you try to prevent at this situation? The ball is at the 21 of Skyview. It is 1st and 10. Pass, Reiser, he's going for the end zone. Skyview's there. It is incomplete with 3 seconds. Great job there in the end zone.
Sean Tempest.
Again.
Yeah, we're going to get you a replay on CashValleyDaily.com here. You're going to see this corner out. I like this play call. They're going to number 10, Peyton Jones. He's a 6'4" tight end, and they throw it up there. And there you see number 23, Sean Tempest, going up and high pointing that ball.
That was great camera work there. So placement down. It's going to be a 37-yard field goal. Kick is on the way. Looks to the left. Did it get in?
Missed that.
No good. Laga misses. So Skyview runs off the field from 37. The hold didn't look right or something, the way that ball came out compared to his first 2 kicks that were solid. That one looked like it floated a little.
Absolutely.
But it goes wide left, and it's no good. So at the half, it's Mountain Ridge 6, Skyview 3. We'll be back right after this. It's halftime here in Mountain Ridge. We'll take a break right after this.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs, competitive prices, and free rock chip repairs for life. Call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
It's back to school time. Booster Clubs, team sports, PTA, any school organization. Call the Logo Shop for uniforms, fan gear, club t-shirts, all customized with your school logo. They're committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
The Logo Shop. Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Combining your home and auto insurance with one agent.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Lana Powell. For a competitive quote on home, auto, and life insurance, call us at 752-7639. Lana Powell, State Farm Insurance.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. Employees look great and clients will notice. Get your order in today for fall products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. Located at 966 West 400 North in Logan.
When disaster overwhelms you, let ARS restore your peace of mind. Call 753-9600 or go to our website at arscleanup.com.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
We are Poblanos, the only place where you will find real Mexican food. Yeah, that homemade style. We are located in 780 Main Street in Smithfield. Come and check us out. And we want to help our students out, so just bring your school ID and we'll hook it up with the food. Yeah, like tacos $1 or quesadilla combos. Only at Poblanos.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs, competitive prices, and free rock chip repairs for life. Call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
It's back to school time. Booster Clubs, team sports, PTA, any school organization. Call the Logo Shop for uniforms, fan gear, club t-shirts, all customized with your school logo. They're committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Logo Stuff, the Logo Shop. Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Combining your home and auto insurance with one agent.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Lana Powell. For a competitive quote on home, auto, and life insurance, call us at 752-7639. Lana Powell, State Farm Insurance.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Welcome back to Mountain Ridge High School. It's halftime. It's 6-3. Mountain Ridge leading Skyview. Every field goal. 2 field goals by Mountain Ridge, 1 by Skyview, and it's 6-3 here at the half. Now we're going to try something here on CacheValleyDaily.com, your video experience powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. If our audio goes out for a second, because we had this problem last week, we're going to just go ahead and hit the game cam again, but I'm thinking it's going to work. I see it. We're working. So 6-3, Rex. John Newbold, Rex Davis here in the booth. And I'll tell you what, Rex, when we came down here, the score we didn't think we would have is this low scoring of a game. Skyview, we knew they had played better last week against Rigby. We felt like they could take that momentum into this game. I'm not sure we thought it was going to be all field goals in the first half.
No, absolutely not. But I think if you're Skyview, you got to be ecstatic right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is the best they've looked all year against arguably the best team they've played all year, and that's no disrespect to Rigby, but this Mountain Ridge team, I mean, they're the real deal, and Skyview's hanging there with them. They're down 3 points at halftime. And I'm loving the total team effort that's going on here.
Well, not only are they down by 3 points, but remember, they won the coin toss and they deferred, so they start with the ball in the second half. So, but the one thing for Skyview, and when we get to our stats, we'll talk about it more, but Skyview, unfortunately, just can't get their offense rolling. Their defense has caused 2 turnovers with 2 interceptions, and they've read Riser all night, and they've done a good job of stopping the rushing attack that had over 400 yards rushing against Wasatch last week.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're a Skyview fan, you know Wasatch kind of handled Skyview. Mountain Ridge went and handled Wasatch, and now here we are a couple weeks later, Skyview looking a lot better. giving a total team effort out here and being really competitive against what I consider a 6A powerhouse, John, because, I mean, I know all 6A teams are big. Mm-hmm. This team is real big.
Well, and not just in size, but just like you talked about, they make big plays. They do what they're supposed to do. So far, a lot of penalties by Mountain Ridge, a little bit undisciplined. Didn't expect that either. Mountain Ridge struck first. They intercepted Ferguson on the first of the game as Mountain Ridge started out. So with 10:33, Skyview took over, but then Ferguson handed it right back on an interception as he threw it back across his body. Then Mountain Ridge scored on a 31-yard field goal with 6:47 in the first quarter to give them a 3-0 lead. Then Skyview took over and had to punt. Mountain Ridge got the ball back, and this time it was Cameron Carling with the interception with 2:50 left. Skyview got a personal foul at the end of that kind of knocked him out of field goal range for a little bit. They got back in, and De Quadros tied it up with a 39-yard field goal of his own, still in the first quarter, to tie it up with 1:16 left in the first 3-3. Mountain Ridge on their next possession got a first down, an 18-yard rush, then an incomplete pass, and then a 2-yard rush, then end of the first quarter, an incomplete pass, and then a 48-yard field goal by Laga made it 6-3, and then Skyview didn't do anything else after that, and neither did Mountain Ridge. So that's the way the half ended, 6-3. So we're going to step aside, and when we come back, we'll have some highlights as well as we'll get to some stats. That's coming up next, right here on 106.9 The Fan.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
We are Poblanos, the only place where you will find real Mexican food. Yeah, that homemade style. We are located in 780 Main Street in Smithfield. Come and check us out. And we want to help our students out, so just bring your school ID and we'll hook it up with the food. Yeah, like tacos $1 or quesadilla combos. Only at Poblanos.
Welcome back to Mountain Ridge High School. It's 6-3 here at halftime. It is the Mountain Ridge Sentinels leading the Skyview Bobcats here at halftime. John Nebold, Rex Davis with you. And Rex, you've got some first half stats.
Yeah, Michael Ferguson, 5 of 9 passing, 56% completion. He's only got 20 yards passing in this first half, John, with 2 interceptions. He's really doing his damage on the ground, though. Michael Ferguson is running that read option, which is what you want your athlete third-string quarterback to do, is run a read option. He's running it to almost perfection. He has 8 carries for 75 positive yards. He's averaging 9.4 yards per carry is Michael Ferguson. Garrett Zamel has 2 catches for 16 yards, averaging 8 yards a catch. Not a ton of stats just jumping out at you there. On the other side of the ball, the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Jackson Reiser, 4 of 11, 116 yards, and 2 interceptions. McCoy Hardman has 2 catches for 58 yards. He's averaging 29 a catch. And Cade Uluave, on only 3 carries is what we have him down for. He's got 81 yards. So I'm not sure if that's right, but it feels right. 81 yards rushing for Uluave. I mean, they've got a workhorse. They've got a machine there. They got to feed it.
Well, like you said, he kind of rolled his ankle a little bit, and maybe they're kind of going away from that. But that's what it is. And so before we get to the highlights, Rex, one score that we wanted to follow, Rigby, the team that just beat Skyview, traveled to American Fork to make that long trip. And at the half, it's Rigby Trojans leading American Fork 7-3 at halftime. From what I'm hearing, lots of turnovers, both defenses showing out. But let's get to our first half highlights.
All right, here we go. Hopefully this works. Looks like we're up and
Mountain Ridge. You can see the pressure there. The throw over the middle, that was Ferguson's interception to start the game as he gets pop-canned right there at the 42-yard line, but a great pick.
What a great hands catch, how he just went up there and high-pointed that thing and squoze it with his hands.
Well, and he jumped the route, too.
Right,
it was a crossing route. He just jumped it. So Skyview's first possession here on offense. They set up that middle screen there, and I believe that was Spackman as they got some positive yards there on that replay. Again, Mountain Ridge, they're back with the ball here on this replay. Here at halftime, as you can see, Reiser, he's back to throw. Throws over the middle, and Cam Carling with the interception there at the 32. And as you see, he gets a decent return out of it, but then it was called back because of a blindside block.
Right.
So Skyview is backed up here at this point. They're trailing 3-0 at this point. Little shovel pass to Egbert there, and he is just drilled by Ulu Ave, the linebacker.
Yeah, we got to catch some replays for Mountain Ridge as well.
Here's that 39-yard field goal by De Quadros. It's too bad we don't have the audio because I know that I called it De Quadros for 3.
Yeah, I love it.
So from 39 yards out, he pounded that one. He's been getting coached by Automatic Erickson the last couple of weeks, and it's paying off there. So after the kickoff, this was a big hit there by Porter on the tackle. These first half highlights brought to you by our sponsors, Adams Wealth Advisors. So Adams Wealth Advisors brings you these highlights here at halftime. Adams Wealth Advisors puts clients first under any circumstances. Visit adamswealthadvisors.com for more information.
That was the Kinney hurdle on that last replay there that you see.
So 6-3 here at halftime. The replays here as they throw to the end zone. Look at the hit by Carver Ballard there to dislodge the ball. That would have been a touchdown for sure. Mountain Ridge as it hit him right in the numbers, but Carver Ballard with the big hit to dislodge that ball.
Yeah, and later in this highlight, really, you're going to see Sean Tempest making a nice play in the end zone as well.
Some more highlights here in the first half. Again, you can follow 106.9 The Fan on Twitter. This is a big run by Ferguson. Ferguson, read option. Look at the moves there as Egbert's trying to get downfield to give him a block, and he just can't quite get there, trying to shield off the defender. But inside the 15, unfortunately, Skyview couldn't capitalize there on that big 51-yard run.
Yeah, that's a good nominee for the Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game so far.
Stay post-game for your chance to win some food from the Old Grist Mill. And then a pass play to Zamel, and look how he broke 2 tackles, and he got the first down on that one. So a great job by the Bobcats there. As you could see that they couldn't get anything going rushing, so they just tried to get the ball out of Ferguson's hands quickly there towards the end of the first half. Here's that last play by Tempest as they throw to the end zone, and Tempest right there to knock it down with no time left in the end zone.
Yeah, what a great play by Sean Tempest. I love seeing defensive backs go and make plays like that. And here we are back live now. You can see the Mountain Ridge Sentinel logo there at midfield.
So some other score updates. These score updates are brought to you by, let's see, Cache Valley Auto Care for regular car maintenance like oil changes and tire rotations. To cars that won't start, Cache Valley Auto Care, you can find them behind Home Depot at 1175 North, 200 East in Logan. It's Woods Cross 24, Logan 0 that's second half, I believe. Bonneville leading Mountain Crest 24-0. Ridgeline leading Minico of Idaho 7-6 in Millville. And Morgan was leading Green Canyon 10-0. That's the one thing with Green Canyon. Their offense has kind of had their woes this year, but their defense has been really stout all season long. Next week, Skyview will be back home for homecoming as the Skyview Bobcats take on the Logan Grizzlies to start Region 11 play. Exciting time as Region play gets underway. And we'll see, will the Bobcats be 1-3 or will they be 2-2? We'll have a half to play as it's 6-3 here. Mountain Ridge over Skyview, 6-3. Good grief, I might get it right one time tonight, Rex.
You can do it, John. I believe in you.
Want to thank Adam Sherwood providing stats for us in the first half, doing a great job. we take him on loan every once in a while, get him out of his compound. I don't know where it is because we always pick him up off the side of the street on our way down to these road games.
That's actually
Rex.
where he lives. Yeah,
Oh,
he lives
just
right
on the side of the street?
His compound is the bridge off I-15.
So last week we had Neffy.
Yeah.
In Wasatch. This week we have Adam providing stats, and
How
we
lucky
appreciate
are we?
We are very lucky. So again, the Logo Shop, they provide the uniform check. The Logo Shop, they can help us out here with the uniform check. Skyview in the road, white jerseys with blue pants and the dark helmets, and Mountain Ridge is in there red. All red pants and jerseys with white numerals and silver helmets. They will be kicking off to the south to the Bobcats, and the Bobcats will be going right to left on your radio dial, back to the north to start this third quarter. And there is the kick, and it's a low line drive, and it bounces, and it doesn't make it to the end zone. It dies at the 1, so Williams picks it up, gets some blocks. That's a hold. 15, and he runs out of bounds. Unfortunate for the Bobcats. They thought it would bounce into the end zone, and it just, like golf, it just a chip or a wedge, it just kind of died there on the green and went dead.
Yeah, just a really good kickoff there by Laga. And it's Sam Porter definitely added to that for Mountain Ridge because he ended up kind of wrangling one of the players there
so
to
half the
get
distance,
that flag.
Yeah, half the distance to the goal line on the hold. So it's at the 13-yard line is where the holding penalty occurred, and it should go back, to the 6.
Not what you want to start your drive on a semi-stagnant offensive night for Skyview.
So with 11:55 just underway here in the third quarter, Skyview starts at your own 6. They've got 2 receivers to the far side of the field from the left hash, and they've got 2 running backs in the backfield with Ferguson. He's going to hand it off this time on the right side. Big hole for Egbert. He bounces it outside. That's Spackman to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and he's knocked out of bounds or near the sideline. What a play by the Bobcats for Spackman. His longest run of the season from the 6. Runs it all the way down to
53 yards.
53 yards to the 45 on first down, and the shadow of the goal line is not there anymore. You can barely see it. What a run by Spackman.
Right on cue. I say you don't want to be down here in your own territory for a semi-stagnant offense. And Kason Spackman says, I'll show you semi-stagnant. Now's this 53-yard burst.
Great vision by Spackman. He bounced it outside. So 1st and 10 Bobcats at the Mountain Ridge 45. Handoff, it was on the right side. And this time it's Egbert on the right side. Only a 1-yard gain that time, as Mountain Ridge bowed up that time.
Yeah, the middle of that defense is where they're really tough. That's where they got some of the big boys. The Higgum brothers are typically in the middle there, and they're going to be pretty stout. The edges is where they might have a chance like they did on the Spackman run.
If this leads to a touchdown here for the Bobcats, the Spackman play, that 53-yard run, could be the Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 9 for the Bobcats at the 44 of Mountain Ridge, trailing 6-3. Handoff coming left side this time, following his block. Great vision by the Bobcats, and they've got a first down. Is that Egbert? And it was. Down to the 32, a 12-yard gain for a first down.
And nice blocking there by 60 Connor Dean, as well as Mason Bird, 67. That O-line was firing off. We got to give a shout-out, too, to 63 Carter Andrews. They just fired off the ball there and led to the nice run there for Brevin Egbert.
Right now as well, maybe our McDonald's impact players of the game should be the O-line.
I'm right there with you.
Ball is at the Mountain Ridge 32-yard line. 1st and 10 Bobcats. 10-10. Left in the third quarter, 6-3, Mountain Ridge leads. 2 running backs in the backfield. It's over. Ferguson gets an advantageous bounce, breaks away from 1 tackle, and he's leveled. His helmet comes off, so how is that not a helmet shot?
Yeah.
The officials don't mark that one on them. They called one on Skyview earlier that was bogus.
Well, Uluave grabs that helmet.
Yeah, the helmet. He just took it off. And the referees are just looking, and that's what Coach Hal's saying. You guys, he just took my quarterback's head off, and you guys just sit there with your hands in your pockets. Pull the flag out.
So I'm real curious now. You don't want to burn a timeout at this point, but who is going to play quarterback for Skyview? He has to come out for one play.
So it's a loss of 10. Coach Hal should be fired up because he's exactly right. The referees, little bit of home cooking there.
I'm really curious to see who's going to play quarterback.
Well, Ferguson,
it's 24.
The fourth string quarterback.
Chance Wilson.
Chance Wilson, he's a sophomore. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, and he breaks free for a second shoelace tackle, or he had a lot of room up to the 38 from the 42, a 4-yard gain for Chance Wilson.
Yeah, that was a nice read by Chance Wilson, too. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He kept his eyes on the defensive end. Defensive end collapses. I'm going to keep this thing and go with it.
Well, Ferguson comes back in. His helmet came off because Uluave just grabbed it and threw it off, and that's why he had to come out one play. So it's 3rd and long for the Bobcats at the 3rd and 16 at the 38 of Mountain Ridge. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The ball's on the left hash. Running back in the backfield with Ferguson, who's back into the game. Takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's got time. He throws it out there. He's got a man. That's Brighton Williams. It is caught. Oh, incomplete. Williams, that would have been inside the 5. Good defense there.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and replay that one just because that's one of those big impact plays there.
Skyview on 3rd and 16 about completed it.
Oh, apparently I didn't capture it. I'm showing you the Spackman replay. My apologies.
That's a great replay to watch because that could be our Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game. That was a 53-yard run, but Skyview doesn't capitalize after a couple of first downs.
Definitely flipped field position, though, after the poor starting position. Definitely flipped the field. Skyview defense is going to have to come out and do what they've been doing the entire game.
I'm laughing because the official, they threw a flag for a sideline warning on Skyview. After their quarterback gets his helmet ripped off, and they're going to mark it. It's not even a sideline warning. They're going to give a 5-yard penalty. That even makes me laugh more because they're going to call it on Skyview.
I'm sure Coach Howell's pretty fired
up. Well, and he
over
should
there,
be.
And that's what's leading to this.
Your quarterback gets his helmet ripped off, and there's all the officials just watching. I mean, it wasn't like it just came off because he got hit hard in the chest. They ripped his helmet off. Snap back on 4th down. It's high. The punt is away. Great punt by Spackman to get it off, and it bounces at the 5 and rolls out of bounds. What a punt that was.
Absolutely.
To pin inside the 10. They actually mark it at the 7-yard line. Great punt. It did flip the field, but unfortunately, Rex, that's what we've said a few times tonight. Skyview's had some explosive plays, but all we can say is, well, at least they flipped the field.
Hey, and when your defense is playing as good as they are, you take flip in the field. That's okay when the defense is answering the call like they are right now. But, hey, here comes Big Kate Uluave in the backfield for Mountain Ridge.
Own 7-yard line. Riser in the quarterback, 1st and 10. He's in shotgun. Takes the snap, handoff to Uluave, run off the left side. He bounces it outside, down the sideline. A flag comes in. That's a holding penalty at the 10. So Mountain Ridge, again, they've had a ton of penalties in the first half, and they just got another holding right there, and it's a spot foul, remember. It's at the 10-yard line. Uluave got about a 12-yard run for a first down, but it's coming back, and that will be half the distance, so it will mark it back to the 5-yard line. Yep, it's a hold.
Looks like a hold in Mountain Ridge.
So hold on Mountain Ridge. It'll be 1st and 15 back at the 5-yard. Well, actually, it'll be 1st and 12.
The Sentinels just can't get out of their own way.
Yeah.
Every time, it seems like every time they're making a nice play, they end up having some type of holding or a lineman downfield or just something going wrong for this Mountain Ridge offense.
1st and 12 now, back at their own 5. They lead 6-3 over Skyview. Mountain Ridge does. 8:40. Riser in the shotgun. Uluave back there still. He's going to hand it off to Uluave. Uluave off the right side. Skyview there to stack him up. He's pushing the pile forward, though.
Jeez.
And they're still pushing forward. Well, give Uluave credit because he pushed it forward, and that's going to be a gain. On 1st and 12, they move it up about 8 yards. We'll give him 8 yards.
Man, that is just power football right there.
So 2nd down and 4 after the 8-yard gain. They give it to Uluave again. No, they throw wide open down the middle. It's the tight end. He's to the 40, the 45, 50, 45 of Skyview. He's still on his feet to the 35, the 25, 20, 15, 10, touchdown. Skyview lets them get away. They had no business for that touchdown on the play-action pass. And they go 13, so what is that, 87 yards?
Yeah, here's the replay. You're going to see the tight end, number 10, Peyton Jones, just slip right down the middle of the field, uncovered, throws a little shake on Sean Tempest, and then throws another one or two at him, and just goes all the way down the field for the Mountain Ridge Sentinel touchdown.
So that hurts if you're Skyview. Your defense has played so well, but you give up an 87-yard TD. And it's a sideline warning on Mountain Ridge, so we'll see if they go for 2 here because it's 12-3 with 7:53. Man, if you're Skyview, that one hurts. As well as you've played, that one hurts. But they're going to go for the extra point, Rex. So
Peyton Jones has 2 catches for 121 yards and a touchdown.
Well, and that one he had no business scoring. Skyview just got
to make the tackles.
You got to make the tackle in the open field. I mean, that's a tight end. It's not like a wide receiver making shifty moves like a Brian Williams.
He's 6'4".
Yep. So snap is back, hold is down, kick is on the way, and it is good. So with 7:53, it's 13-3. Skyview trails. Mountain Ridge with the lead. We'll be back right after this.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs, competitive prices, and free rock chip repairs for life. Call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
RPMs raise your...
Welcome back to Mountain Ridge High School. The Mountain Ridge students jumping around for sure. And Skyview, when they were trailing 6-3, just felt a big house of pain on that 80-plus yard touchdown. Because they were right in the game, Rex, and they gave that one away.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did, John.
End of the third quarter, a score update here. Ridgeline 13, Minico 13. That game played in Millville. Minico, the last time that Skyview played Minico back in the Brock Mortensen, Garrison Beach, Max Christensen days, we went to Minico, Rex. They run a triple option kind of wing T offense that you don't usually see. So, and they're undefeated so far this season.
It works. Sometimes it works at the high school level.
So 7:53 here. It's 13-3. Skyview starting at their own 20. This one rolled into the end zone. So 2 receivers to each side. Now they send it out of the backfield. It's complete to Egbert to the 20, makes a move to the 25 before he gets knocked down at the 26, 27-yard line. Nice swing pass there from Ferguson to Egbert. And they're going to mark it at the 27. So a 7-yard pass play to Egbert.
Am I missing something, John? There. Yeah, okay. Okay, I was. There's a Mountain Ridge player down.
Okay, I didn't see that player. It's right by the Mountain Ridge sideline. We couldn't see who it was or catch anything like that. It's got his helmet off, I think, now. So 13-13, we went with that. 3:38 left in the third quarter. Ridgeline and Minico. That game is in Millville. That score brought to you by, if I can grab my sponsor
You tell me
sheet,
one and I got their logo.
Poblanos. Only at Poblanos, the only place that you'll find real Mexican food like tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and more. Try them at 78 Main Street in Smithfield. And don't forget the student special. Students, if you're watching on CashValleyDaily.com or listening on 106.9 FM The Fan, you can get tacos for $1 and quesadilla, the quesadilla combo. Don't forget to take in your student ID and show them. Say, hey, I'm a Skyview student, and Poblanos is going to hook you up.
Man, I might need to borrow student ID. Maybe you know what? I just pay full price for that.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Also, New Horizons Beauty College. Looking for a fresh look? Visit New Horizons Beauty College, voted best hair salon in the best of northern Utah. New Horizons Beauty College, bringing you our score updates. And one other score update, we mentioned how Rigby, Idaho, they went and traveled to American Fork this week. They just beat Skyview last week, and that game was 7-3 at the half for Rigby down at American Fork. Kind of an interesting score there, a defensive battle. So the Mountain Ridge player got up and was walking off, so that's good to see. It's a second down and 3 for Skyview at their own 27. 3 receivers to the far side of the field for Ferguson. He's going to turn around, hand it off up the middle, got some room, and drug down a yard shy of the first down. That was Egbert. Kind of looked like he was bent in half. So he got 2 more yards. It's going to be a 3rd and 1 for the Bobcats.
Chase Higham, the interior defensive lineman there for Mountain Ridge, he's just, man, every running play I feel like that's not a huge gain, he's right there.
Yes, Egbert does such a great job. Well, so both running backs do a great job of just following their blocks. Great vision tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Even Ferguson on these read options, he's reading. Good point. He's not just reading the read option, but he's reading the defense.
3rd down and 1, a big one here in the second half. 6:40 left. Ferguson's going to keep it himself. He runs up the field. Great vision as he was coming left, and he saw a little crease up the middle, and he cut up there and got across the 30 for the first down to the 34. So a 5-yard gain for the first down.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're talking about there. That vision, he's reading his blockers. He's reading the defense. He's doing a great job, especially, I don't know how many reps Michael Ferguson's taken at quarterback, but it can't be a whole lot when you're sitting 3rd on the depth chart.
Well, especially when you play safety and wide receiver, you're not going to get a lot of reps. I mean, probably at some point throughout his career in, Little League football or somewhere he's played, but not at the varsity level. Before this week, of course. 3 receivers to the right on first down. Read option, this time Mountain Ridge. And the ball's loose!
Yep.
It was a handoff to Egbert. The ball pops loose and goes forward, but I think Skyview jumped on it. Let's see who they do, but I think Skyview's got it. No indication yet. Skyview's got it. Yeah. So they gain 1 yard out of it, I think, up to from the 34 to the 35 on that read option.
I was trying to see who recovered it. I thought it was number 63, Carter Andrews, but I'm not positive.
So we're going to give it a yard gain. I guess that's a team gain on the fumble that shot forward. I mean, it's hard to see with all the...
Adam's saying Seth Toulson.
Seth Toulson. Well, I'm not going to argue with Adam, because he's got the binoculars. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Play clock at 10. Plenty of time for Ferguson here on 2nd and 9. He'd turn around, play action pass, running right. Not fooled as the defense, and he throws. It is caught, but right at the line of scrimmage. Ferguson probably should have just thrown it away.
It's a risky play. So Brighton Williams drags across on that play. It's a slow developing play, drags across, and
he gained a yard.
He ends up gaining a yard, but the whole design of that play is for Brighton to get lost in the middle of the field, and he was not lost there as the linebackers picked him up.
Well, and Ferguson didn't get lost either on the play action pass, because when he was rolling right, there was a Mountain Ridge defender right in his face as the clock continues under 5 minutes, down to 4:43 left in this 3rd quarter, 13-3 Mountain Ridge. So big 3rd down and 8 for the Bobcats at their own 36-yard line. 3 receivers bunched up on the right side. Ferguson back to pass. He throws complete to Williams. Makes a move to the 50, the 45. He breaks free to the 40, 35 in Mountain Ridge territory and runs out of bounds. What a move by Williams. Gets down to the 31-yard line. Big play for the Bobcats for the first down.
I'm going to go ahead and play the replay. I wasn't sure if they were going to go high tempo there. That's a 35-yard hook up there from Ferguson to Brighton Williams. Here's that replay on CashValleyDaily.com. Excellent camera work here.
And the 35 yards, about 20 of that, or 25 of that, is easily like yak.
Right.
I mean, the pass play is just a little out route, and then he just turns it in to a big play, an explosive play down to the Mountain Ridge 31. 1st and 10 Skyview with the clock stopped at 4:26. Skyview trails 13-3 here in the 3rd quarter. Pack the pass. Ferguson has to tuck it down. And now he's running for his life. Gets away, runs to the left, and gets out of bounds. No markers out there. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Ferguson forced out of bounds by Taylor Hyam.
So luckily he got away. as he didn't see anything downfield, he pump faked and then had to bring it down, Rex.
Yeah, that's just pure athleticism by Michael Ferguson there, because he's dead to rights in the backfield, able to throw a little shake, roll out, and heck, a loss of a yard or whatever it ended up being, maybe 2 yards or whatever it was, is a lot better than what that was going to be. Ferguson now has 55 yards passing in the game to go along with 69 yards rushing.
A little bit of Beastie Boys there in between. 2nd down and 13 for the Bobcats. Play clock down to 3. They get it off. Set up the screen. It's complete to Zamel. Lots of blitzers in Ferguson's face. They complete it for 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, that was a good play call there. It was just played really well by number 11, Taylor Higham.
And they said it was Egbert, so it wasn't Zamel, excuse me. So they set up that middle screen. This is Skyview's problem. They get a big play. They've had 3 of them. They get in Mountain Ridge territory, and then they end up going backwards.
Yeah, they end up just stalling. They're having a hard time linking good plays together.
So this drive started at their own 20. They've taken time off the clock. It's down to 3:35. 3 receivers to the right on 3rd down and 12. Back to pass. Ferguson, the blitz is on. He rolls out to his left. He throws. It's or intercepted, incomplete. They're going to say he was out of bounds.
That's really far out of bounds.
So that was Ulu Ave, I believe. Nope, number 3, excuse me.
Pass broken up by Connor Priest.
It was Brody Robbins is number 3, but incomplete, so it's going to bring up 4th down and 12. So Skyview again, they get into Mountain Ridge territory, and then their drive stalls at the 33 of Mountain Ridge. It's too bad. There was a big 35-yard play there by Brian Williams from Ferguson, and Williams did a great job of spinning away from the defender and running for a lot of yards after the catch. So Spackman, I believe, is standing at his own 50, waiting for the snap. They're at their own 10 to receive. So it's a delay of game. Skyview's taken the delay of game before, so it's a delay on Skyview. They'll take the 5-yard penalty and try to give themselves more room to punt. The last time, though, Rex, Mountain Ridge came close to blocking it, so we'll have to watch that this time, too.
If it weren't for the Mountain Ridge defenders running into each other, it might have been blocked.
So there's the snap. Gets the kick away. It's a nice high one. They call for a fair catch, but it goes over his head. Skyview's going to down it inside the 5.
Wow.
Great special teams coverage that time. And we're going to get this replay and show you here. What a great punt by Spackman, and you'll see him down it inside on this punt.
Yeah, I'd like to try to catch who downed it, give him a little credit.
Well, we'll get the number.
I think it's Cam Carling.
Yeah. So Mountain Ridge will take over, again, inside their 5-yard line. This is territory that Mountain Ridge was in last time, and they just went for 80-plus yards for the touchdown on the pass play. So from their own 3, with 3:18 left, here in the third quarter, 13-3, Mountain Ridge leads. Skyview here in the third on 106.9 The Fan. Reiser from his own end zone. He's got a running back there with him. He's going to hand it off up the middle near the 10-yard line. I think that's Kenny Kinney.
Yeah.
Kenny takes the handoff.
So he gets from the 3 to about the 9. We'll give him 6 yards on first down.
Mountain Ridge going with a little tempo, and again now too.
They've done this a couple times. A lot of teams saw what Wasatch did to Skyview, and they've kind of done that. I don't know that that's within their offense. Maybe it is normally for those teams, but it sure seems like they've run hurry up more against Skyview this season, or Skyview's seen more hurry up. 2nd and 4 here from their own 9 for Mountain Ridge. Takes the snap. Reiser's going to keep it, rolls out to the left side. He's got some blockers in front, bounces it out to the 20. He's down the sideline and bounces out of bounds at the 25-yard line from the 9. They're going to mark him at the 27, so about a 18-yard first down.
Yeah, really good blocking. They have a freshman wide receiver, Kai Meza, and he was the one that set the edge there for Reiser.
So Cam Carling is going to get credited with the tackle there as he bounced him out of bounds with 2:33 here in the third. Cam Carling on the season, let's see, he's got 28 tackles coming into this game. Sure, he's added a few tonight with 2:33. 1st and 10, Ulu Ave in the backfield with Reiser. Takes it, Turns around, fake the handoff to Uluave. Pressure on. Reiser steps up, gets away from it, tries to get outside, and he's bounced out of bounds. Clock will stop again. He gains 1 or 2. They tried to catch Skyview again with that play-action pass.
Yeah, they did. And the give credit to the secondary there because they were able to do their job on that play, and there was nothing for Reiser to do. He had to take off running with the ball there. 1
yard rush is all they give him. 2nd down and 9. He's up to the 28, his own 28. Clock stops again at 2:25. Uluave on the hip of Reiser. 2 receivers out to the east side of the field. Blitz is on by Skyview. Reiser gets a pass off, low to the ground, and they're going to call incomplete as it bounces off the turf to the receiver. Incomplete. Maybe Reiser saw that blitz off the corner.
Yeah, that's the freshman wide receiver right there, Kai Meza, as they try to get him involved in the offense.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. Can Skyview's defense hold here in the 3rd quarter? 2:21 left. They trail. Skyview does 13-3. Mountain Ridge football. 3rd down and 9 at their own 28. Back to passes Reiser. He's looking. Now the breaks down. He's off. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to get the 1st down on the left side as he gets run out of bounds on that left side. Has the 1st down after the big run to the 42-yard line from the 28. Got 12 yards for the 1st.
With the exception of the big pass play to the tight end Peyton Jones, really passing the ball hasn't been Reiser's night, but rushing the ball, he's got 58 positive yards now. He's averaging 7.6 per carry.
Well, it hasn't been Reiser's year passing the ball. I mean, he's 9 picks, 2 of them tonight, and only 2 touchdowns through the air. So 1st and 10 for the Sentinels at the 42-yard line, their own 42. Back to pass. He's throwing, and it is complete, out of bounds for another 1st down. Skyview knocked him out, but they're in Skyview territory at the 42-yard line of Skyview. So they go from 142 to the next.
There they go, some tempo.
So 1st and 10 after the big pass. They turn around, hand it off to the running back. That's Uluave. No, that's Kenny, and he breaks it outside. And he just bulldozed a defender. That Kenny goes around the outside, 9 yards for near the 1st down marker. Man, Kenny finished that run.
Yeah, it's like we were saying a little earlier. You know, you think of Uluave as the guy that brings the wood like that, but man, Kenny can finish a run as good as anybody.
Yeah, Kenny the junior, Uluave the senior. 3rd down and 1. Or 2nd and 1, excuse me, after the 9-yard run. Play action pass, they throw to the tight end. It is picked off! Ferguson, I believe, for his 2nd pick tonight. Is that Fergie?
No, I think it's 19.
19.
What do you got? Yeah, 19 is what Adam says.
Court Rigby.
The sophomore.
The sophomore with the 3rd interception by the defense.
Here it is on CashValleyDaily.com. Just goes up, high points it, and picks the ball off. What a play, young man.
Skyview is picked off Mountain Ridge 3 times tonight. Skyview came into this game with no interceptions, Rex.
Yeah, we were talking about it pregame. They got to get interceptions in this game. We said if Skyview is going to have a chance, they're going to have to pick the ball off. That's number 3 that Reiser has thrown in this game.
So Skyview takes over after the big turnover there at their own 13. Great job by Skyview to get the ball back. The defense is playing lights out tonight, even though they've only given up 13 points to a 6A team that is averaging 30 points a game. So a timeout by Skyview, I believe, with 1:24 in the 3rd quarter. We're going to step aside and come back right after this.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
It's back to school time. Booster Clubs, team sports, PTA, any school organization. Call the Logo Shop for uniforms, fan gear, club t-shirts, all customized with your school logo. They're committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Welcome back to Mountain Ridge. The interception by Court Rigby. As they did the play-action pass, they tried to hit the tight end down the seam, and Skyview not fooled. Skyview on 1st and 10 after the timeout. They hand off, and on the left side, Spackman's cut in half, but he got positive yards.
Yeah, good hard running by Spackman. He just was met by Taylor Higham right there in the middle.
So 4-yard rush on 1st down, and again, your video experience on CashValleyDaily.com is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. And, man, if you're watching tonight, heck of a job on the camera tonight, for sure, as we've got it on CashValleyDaily.com here at Mountain Ridge. Under a minute to play, 13-3 is the score for Mountain Ridge. 2nd down and 4 for the Bobcats. Or 2nd and 6, excuse me. Fake the fly sweep. Ferguson goes up the middle. Maybe should have given it off to Williams. And it's going to be no gain. So 3rd down and 6 for the Bobcats on their own 17, clock down to 24 seconds. They don't need to run a play, Rex. I think you just let this run out, go to the 2nd or 4th quarter and start there. And the Skyview's walking off. That's what they're going to do. The play clock's at 19. The game clock is at 10, and Skyview's going to walk to the sideline. So, at the end of 3 quarters, it's Mountain Ridge 13, Skyview 3. We'll step aside and be back for the 4th quarter right after this.
Combining your home and auto insurance with one agent.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Lana Powell. For a competitive quote on home, auto, and life insurance, call us at 752-7639. Lana Powell, State Farm Insurance.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. Employees look great and clients will notice. Get your order in today for fall products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. Located at 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Start of the 4th quarter, 13-3 Mountain Ridge, but Skyview has a huge 3rd down and 6 from their own 17 out of the start of the 4th quarter here. 3 receivers to the right. Ferguson back to pass. He throws behind the receiver, incomplete. On a little slant pattern. It was covered well anyways, but incomplete. Bring up 4th down and 6 for the Bobcats at their own 17. They'll have to punt it away.
Yeah, Carver Ballard ran a nice little slant route there. Ferguson just throws it a little behind him. Part of one of those things that you get in timing and taking reps as a quarterback.
For sure.
Well, can Spackman answer the call again? Can he get a hold of another one and flip this field position?
Well, their returner for Mountain Ridge is standing at the 50-yard line. Spackman standing at his goal line. Snap is back. He comes up, gets it, gets the punt away. It's a low-line drive that it's come up and made, and he falls down. He fumbles. Skyview's got it. He fumbles it for the 2nd time tonight. Skyview's got it at the 49-yard line.
I think it's Cam Carling. 26, yep. Okay, here you go. Here's that punt on CashValleyDaily.com.
He comes up for it, as you can see, but he fumbled it, and Cam Carling jumps on it and rolls over. Yeah, Cam Carling has it. Skyview's in business with the fumble.
Man, we have not seen any of these things go Skyview's way the entire season. Now we're seeing a whole bunch of them in one game.
1st and 10 at their own 49. With 11:49 in the 4th. They trails 13-3. Ferguson takes the snap. He's going to hand it off left side. Can't break a tackle. I believe that was Porter, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, Sam Porter.
Okay, so Porter on the left side gained a yard to midfield. 1-yard rush for Porter. So Porter made a great special teams play earlier. We caught that replay, and now he's got his shot here but only gains 1 yard. 2nd and 9 for the Bobcats, trailing 13-3, just starting the fourth quarter after the fumble recovery by Cam Carling on the punt return. Empty backfield for Ferguson. He takes it. He's back to pass. The blitz is on. He needs to get rid of it, and he's sacked. He tried to outrun the defense, and he couldn't. He's sacked, and he's down.
That number 11, Taylor Higham, is a sophomore, and he is unreal. He's 6 foot, 205, and he is just so fast as a defensive lineman. Him and his brother clogs up the middle, and he takes the edge, and it's hard to do anything against that defensive front.
So a 13-yard sack brings up 3rd and long, and now a timeout, Skyview. So once again, Skyview, things go their way, Rex, and then they go backwards. As soon as it seems like they're going to strike back, they just go backwards. Got some score updates. These scores brought to you by, grab the sheet, John. It's brought to you by Les Olson Company. Half of all organizations have been victims of ransomware attacks. Don't take risks. Take action with Les Olson Company's Security Suite. Les Olson Company, these score updates. Morgan 17, Green Canyon nothing to start the fourth quarter. Woods Cross 31, Logan 7 at the end of 3. That's down at Woods Cross. That's Skyview's next opponent is Logan to start region play. Bonneville 24, Mountain Crest nothing at the end of the third. And actually Woods Cross 38-14 they lead with 9:02. So a big 3rd down here in 22 for the Bobcats back at their own 37. 13-3 they trail. 10:44 here in the game. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Ferguson. Egbert goes out of the backfield. Now they're going to throw the screen the other way, and it's incomplete. Wouldn't have gone anywhere anyways. They needed 22, and they wouldn't have gotten much after that catch, even if it was a catch. Incomplete, so it brings up 4th down. So the fumble by the Mountain Ridge Sentinels doesn't hurt them.
Not at all.
And it's too bad because Cameron Carling jumped on that in special teams coverage. And there's a penalty flag that comes flying out late. It's going to be on Skyview. At least that's the line judge that threw it out there, Rex. It's on Skyview's sideline, so I don't know what was said, but something was.
It upset him enough that he tried to clear the stadium lights when he threw that flag. He almost did it, too.
He did throw it high, you're right. Too bad we didn't catch that replay.
God, I would have loved to have captured that.
Want to thank Charlie Burr up there. It's going to be unsportsmanlike on Skyview, so they said something to the official on the way out, and Coach Hal's letting them have it the whole way.
He's going to get his money's worth. Get your money's worth, Toph.
Well, he went all the way down to the coach's box, and he's got to be careful. I don't know what he was so upset about, but there was something that he didn't like. Did they hit Ferguson late after the pass?
I'm not sure.
So 4th and 37. So this is about the same spot. Kinney's back there to receive. Spackman to kick. He lets it go. It's a low line drive. Kinney lets it bounce. It's going to take a Skyview bounce at the 45 of Mountain Ridge and roll 16 yards to the 29 as the Skyview players keep fanning it on. So another good punt by Kason Spackman. It's just too bad they couldn't cash in at midfield with that fumble recovery by Cam Carling on the last punt.
Right, and I think we do need to acknowledge Kason Spackman. He's been doing such a good job flipping this field position for Skyview. I mean, he got a hold of that thing and puts Mountain Ridge a little further back than they would have been.
So from their own 29 with 10:28 left, 13-3, Mountain Ridge with the lead. 1st and 10. Reiser is back there at quarterback. He's got a running back there. I think it's Kinney. Takes the snap, back to pass. Reiser throwing on 1st and 10. He can't find anyone, so he rolls out to the right side. Now he's going to run up the sideline and get bumped out of bounds. About 3 or 4 yards upfield. We'll see where they mark him.
Yeah, and that's what's been working for Mountain Ridge tonight is just getting Reiser out of the pocket, letting him read the defense and seeing what there is and taking what they give him.
So 2nd down, and they give him, I think it was 4 yards, but maybe they only gave him 3. 2nd down and 7 is what I'm going to say for Reiser and the Sentinels. Takes the snap. He's going to turn around, hand it off to Uluave. Coming left side. It's some blocks. He's upfield to the 40, the 45, and he's tackled as he gets to the 45, 46-yard line. So a 14-yard gain and a first down.
I'll be shocked if they don't go to that offense a little more in this fourth quarter. Try to wear Skyview down. There goes Kinney off the edge now.
And there comes a flag for holding, so this one's coming back anyways. There's about an 8-yard rush off the right side.
Bunch of players down there, both for Skyview and Mountain Ridge at the end of the play there. So now we await the discussion and the signal here.
Well, we know it's a hold, and the holding penalty is about 3 yards downfield. So it negates a good run by Kinney on first down. It'll take the ball back to the 39-yard line. So that's the one thing, though. Mountain Ridge has had a ton of holding penalties.
Yeah.
So 1st and 18 from the 39-yard line of Mountain Ridge. 15 seconds on the play clock as they line up. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back in the backfield, they turn around, hand it off to Kinney up the middle, and nothing really there. Skyview gets him for a short gain to the 41, a 2-yard rush.
Yeah, Case and Spackman there, just right there in the middle of the field, able to grab Kinney's ankles and bring him down.
So they're running clock now.
Yeah, and the clock, that's something we need to start keeping an eye on. With 9 minutes left in this fourth quarter, Skyview down 10 points. The clock starts to become the enemy just as much as Mountain Ridge is.
Under 9 minutes, 2nd down and 15, empty for Reiser. Reiser back to pass, empty backfield. He's back to pass. Now he's broke down. He's going to run and slides forward to avoid any contact. He's going to be shy of the first down at the 48 of Skyview. So he gets to that 9, so about an 11-yard run. They hurry up to run this next 3rd down and 4 play. 3rd down and 4 at the Skyview 48. Reiser, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And they try to get Skyview to jump off sides. They flinch but don't come across. So Reiser looks to the sideline for the play clock. Clock running at 8:15. Play clock down to 9. Down to 5. Now he sends Uluave out of the backfield. They throw it out to Uluave. It's complete. And he's tackled short of the first down. Great play by Skyview.
Wow, that was 19. That's Court Rigby, the kid that came up with the interception. He makes that stop. Now
4th and 1. They're going to line up quickly, Rex. That was a 3. They needed 4. They got 3.
And that's what I was going to say. Now what do? Do they send out the kicker to go up 13? Do they go quick, snap it, quarterback keep? Do you turn and hand it to Uluave? What a luxury to have all these options that they do.
Well, if they try in a field goal, that's over 60 yards. I think they just go under center or give it to Uluave on 4th and 1. So they're going to try it from the Skyview 45. Reiser in shotgun, takes it, handoff to Uluave, left side, first down. He needed 1. He got about 3 or 4.
Yeah, he had plenty there.
Skyview blitzed the safeties up the middle, but Herman with the tackle to the 41. So
yeah, just there's almost no stopping that.
Yeah, it was a 4-yard rush for the first down.
Anybody that thinks I'm crazy for saying that a field goal, I mean,
well, it
might have been possible.
It would have been 61 or 62 yards, Rex. I know he did it in pregame, but 1st and 10 for the Sentinels. Handoff to Kinney, 40, 30, down the sideline. The speed, the power by Uluave for the first down, and then the speed of Kinney down the sideline from the 41 down to about the 25. They're going to mark it at the 24. So 17 yards for the first down. Back-to-back rushes for first downs.
This 1-2 punch is just, this would wear down any team.
And they're wearing down the Bobcats this time. This drive started with 10:28. It's down under 7 minutes. Play action pass on first down. Reiser to the end zone. Knocked down, I believe. in the end zone by the Bobcats.
Yeah, and good defense there. And that pass was intended for the freshman, Kai Meza. You got to wonder how many freshmen get to play varsity football, especially this much time at the 6A level.
That was that Tate Ballard in coverage back there? Or a different Ballard?
It was 14.
Carver Ballard.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 10 from the Skyview 24 for Reiser.
Skyview's a little out of sorts. They got to get a backer over there. There they go.
Reiser takes a snap. Play action pass. Rushes on.
That was a
holding.
hold.
And Skyview sacks Reiser. That's got to be.
They didn't call the hold.
They didn't call the hold, and there's a flag.
There we go.
That's on Skyview this time.
Yeah, Coach Howell is losing.
Hal's gone. I guarantee it. If the referee made the call, that's got to be a hold. And if they don't call the hold, then Coach Howell's gone. Because that would be unsportsmanlike on the. Well, I'm assuming that. I don't know for sure, but Coach Howell's hot, and he should be. That was definitely holding. As the Skyview defender was coming back, you could see his jersey rip away from him, but the home referees didn't want to call it.
Yeah, interesting. Let's see what we get here. You would assume, I mean, with how late the flag was thrown.
Oh, he waves it off.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's acknowledging he missed a call.
Well, so it's just 2nd and 10. That incompletion, it's actually 3rd and 10. But it could have been intentional grounding, but the new rule, he was out of the pocket.
He was just out of the pocket, which is what you need to do.
And I guess he got it to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 10 from the 24 here. They've done 2 play-action passes, 2 receivers to the right. Reiser has it. He's going to roll out to the right side. Skyview's out there, forcing him to run. Reiser's going to run down the sideline, and he gets inside. He's got the first down.
Wow. Avoided contact on the sideline. Able just to sneak it in there and get that first down. What a run by Reiser.
And Coach Howell, you could see him throw his arms in disgust because his players were there. They just didn't make the tackle.
Yeah, they were there.
So they got to the 14. So it's 4th and 1. It was only a 9-yard play. So Reiser, play action pass. He's got the Skyview defender there. He throws incomplete. It's incomplete. Skyview's going to take over. That's 4th and 1. It was 4th and 1.
Absolutely.
They didn't move the sticks. I thought it was a 9-yard rush, so Skyview will take over on downs. I don't know if Mountain Ridge
first down.
I don't think Mountain Ridge knew that it was 4th and 1. Did they?
The way their offense stayed out on the field, I wouldn't assume so.
Turnover on downs. They shocked me. I thought it was a first down, but they didn't move the chains. It was 4th and 1. It was only a 9-yard rush.
Wow, what a play defensively for Skyview to stop him and then come off the blitz there and force Reiser to throw an awkward pass. He just didn't have the arm strength to get it back to his tight end on the play.
So 6:15, Skyview will take over. As Coach Mifu, I think he's questioning whether he thought it was 1st and 10, I think, because he's asking the official, but it's too late now.
It was a terrible spot. I mean, he had the first down, unless he stepped out of bounds and we didn't see it.
Empty backfield on 1st and 10. Ferguson rolls, and he's sacked. No chance. They had 4 receivers to the right side, but Skyview had no chance on that one.
Yeah, Benjamin Woodruff, he's senior defensive lineman. He's another one of those kids on Mountain Ridge that just makes a lot of plays.
So from the 15, there's a Mountain Ridge player down, but from the 15 back to the 8, a -7 yards on the sack. Let's see some scores. Rex, go ahead and pick a sponsor for us.
Yeah, alrighty. So sponsor this score update is going to be Great Basin Graphics. Great Basin Graphics. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. At Great Basin Graphics, clothing and business apparel will get you noticed. They sponsor our Made You Look play of the game.
Well, the scores, Ridgeline 21, Minico 20. That's a final. 29-13, Box Elder Bees lead. They're playing Bear River. Woods Cross leading Logan 38-21 with 7:47 left. And Bonneville with 4 minutes left in the game, 27-0 over Mountain Crest.
Big thank you to Great Basin Graphics for sponsoring those score updates. All right, John, 6 minutes, 2 seconds left in this game. 4th quarter, Skyview down 10. Got a whole lot of green out in front of them that they got to cover.
They're at their own 8. 2nd and 17 at their own 8. 6:02 left in the game. 13-3 Mountain Ridge. Ferguson's going to hand it off up the middle for positive yards, but it's a short gain.
Yeah, and this is where they're a little limited. They're a little offensively limited on what it is that they can actually do when you get down to your third string quarterback. So Skyview, third down, 16 to go.
Yeah, a 1 yard gain. The tough thing, Rex, too, is that, Ferguson, he's such a great playmaker, and you don't have him outside.
Yeah.
So now you can
lose
lock
a
on.
receiver,
Yep.
too.
Yep, 3rd and 16 from their own 9. Back to passes Ferguson. Still got time. He throws. He's got a man out there. Incomplete. The receiver stopped, and then he realized that the ball was coming to him and that he had to make a play, and it's incomplete as it was knocked free by the defender.
And, hey, Ferguson took a shot on that play. I think there's a flag for roughing the passer. We'll see how this plays out here, but, man, did he take a shot.
They should have just ripped his helmet off, and then they wouldn't have gotten a penalty.
See what they go with here.
So let's see. Yeah, the Mountain Ridge is marching off, Rex. You're right. So it is a personal foul, roughing the passer.
Yep.
Is Ferguson okay, though?
That's the question. With region play coming up next week, Skyview will be hosting Logan Grizzlies. You got to have Michael Ferguson there for that game.
That's right. And the quarterback situation, as far as we understand, we expect Thatcher to be back and also Favero if needed. So 1st and 10 on the personal foul.
Well, here's the thing, too, about Jace Favero. Even if he's not playing quarterback, we saw him a little bit in at wide receiver. I mean, if they can have full capacity, all weapons, all hands on deck once region play starts against the Logan Grizzlies, that's going to be ideal.
Well, and Coach said it at the start of the year that Favero might not get the start at QB, but he is a threat. So 1st and 10, Skyview. They throw it out there, incomplete. Mountain Ridge picks it up and runs back to the end zone, but it's incomplete, and a late flag comes flying in. And is this on Mountain Ridge as well?
That's going to be another boneheaded play on Mountain Ridge. It looks like it was 45 for Mountain Ridge.
Well, they're tapping 9 on the head.
54.
So a late one,
9.
And it is a personal.
Adam holds up a 4-5. I say 45. He goes 5-4. I say 54. 5 plus 4 equals 9, John.
I'll tell you what, Mountain Ridge, they're a great team, but they are supremely undisciplined. That's 2 personal fouls in a row in a game where they're ahead 13-3.
Right, and you're breathing life into a team that
shouldn't have any
life.
Especially after they gave up the big 80-yard plus touchdown. So 1st and 10, Skyview at this Skyview 39, empty backfield for Ferguson. He's going to run this one. He's up the middle to the 45, and a holding penalty is going to bring it back as Ferguson's knocked down at midfield. There's 2 flags that come in. So they got to make it up. The hometown refs got to make it up to Mountain Ridge on the personal fouls, and they call a hold. Clear behind the play.
Yeah, that's going to end up being a big penalty, especially where Ferguson was able to get up there, get close to the chains. And we want to talk about Mountain Ridge shooting themselves in the foot. Skyview's had their fair share of shooting themselves in the foot as well.
Oh, for sure. In many opportunities after big explosive plays where they had an opportunity to score, and they shoot themselves in the foot. So the clock's at 5:05, 13-3 Mountain Ridge, 1st and 23. Now the clock is running under 5 minutes to play. Ball is at the 26. They bring Spackman in the backfield. Now they send him out. So 4 receivers to the right of Ferguson. Ferguson takes it. He throws. It's complete on the screen. Up the sideline. Gets a block from Spackman on that far side. I don't know the receiver's number out there.
It was Brighton Williams.
So up to the 31. Oh, they're going to mark it back at the 29. So a 3-yard pass play after 3 straight penalties. Now we finally get a play.
Sorry, John. That clock is really starting to work against them, too. Now we're down. We're going to be right at the 4-minute mark or so when they snap this ball.
2nd down and 20 for the Bobcats. They have the ball at the 29-yard line, their own 29. 3 receivers to the left, the short side of the field. Ball's on the left hash. for Ferguson. Sends Spackman out of the backfield. Throws it upfield. He's got a man out there and too far for the intended receiver. Incomplete.
Ferguson hung in there. He took a shot to the chest. He hung in there, threw the deep ball. Just didn't work out.
Well, we know that Michael's parents are going to have to get the ice bath ready.
For sure.
Because he is taking some shots. But with the guy, we know how tough he is, playing through cramps all season long. His legs were cramping in a few of those games. 17 tackles, got to be a career high last week. And like you said in the pregame, that's the most tackles by a Skyview defender since
Hunter
Lewis at the Ridgeline game that Skyview won 17-14. 3rd and 20 now. Ferguson back to pass on 3rd and 20. He lets it fly. There's a man out there. That's Williams. Incomplete. He gets knocked down looking for a flag. They're going to call incomplete. And in high school, it doesn't need to be catchable. That should have been pass interference because there was contact.
Yeah, Brighton Williams certainly agrees with you.
Well, because he knows the rules, and the official does not. So 4th down and 20, 3:48 left. The ball would have been 15 more yards for the first down, automatic first down, but it's going to be 4th and long, 4th and 20 from their own 29 with 3:48, 13-3 Mountain Ridge.
Well, John, we have another score update to go along with that one. This is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Napa, your locally owned Preston to Providence Napa Auto Parts, bring you this score update. It has gone final. Box Elder 29, Bear River 13. That game went final.
All right, so Backman back to punt again, and now a flag for delay of game. Skyview's had their 3rd delay of game.
I don't know if that one was so much on purpose as the other ones were.
Well, Skyview huddled up on the sideline for a long, long time. I don't know if they were trying to decide if they wanted to try something like on 4th down and 20.
When you're under 4 minutes, down 10, but you're just so far behind the chains at this point that you can't.
We've been in this position before because they're standing at their own 50 to receive. The punt is a high one away from the receiving team. It takes a Skyview bounce again. I'll tell you what, Spackman's punts always take a Skyview bounce.
They've been really clutch today, have the Spackman punts, because, I mean, he's been putting everything he's got into those. And like you said, John, every single one of them taking a Skyview bounce.
So, Mountain Ridge 13-3 with 3:37 left. They can probably run out the clock with a couple of first downs. They'll probably, I would assume, keep it on the ground starting from their own 39-yard line.
After this, we'll have a score update as well.
So Reiser in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's turned around, handed off to Uluave, makes a move, and he's upfield for the first down. Nice tackle from behind, I think was Spackman. Nope, that's number 4, Jackson Bradley with the tackle.
State Farm agent Lana Powell. When you bundle home, auto, and life insurance, you can save. Call Lana Powell today, 752-7639. Morgan 24, Green Canyon 0 with 1:50 left in the 4th quarter.
6-yard rush on that play by Uluave. They're letting the clock run. Reiser looking out there. They still have 16 on the play clock. Be 2nd and 4 from their own 45. Under 3 minutes to play. Reiser still looking. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. He's going to snap it. Hand off to Uluave right side. Follows his blocks. Got the first down. He gains 7 for the first down. 6 yards for the first down. So back 6 yards. Runs by Uluave for another first down.
What a great luxury to have when you do have to try to milk a clock out like they are, to have both Kinney and Uluave in the backfield.
So now 1st and 10 on the Skyview 49. 2:28 clock running. Reiser looks at the play clock that's at 13, now down to 12. It's going to let the clock run with a 13-3 lead. Now he snaps it at 6. Hand off to Kinney this time. And he tried to bounce off the tackle, but great job by Skyview to hang on for a 1-yard loss, and that's Bradley again.
Yeah, Jackson Bradley back-to-back tackles there.
This one's a tackle for a loss. So 2nd and 11, but the clock is under 2 minutes now. 2nd and 11 at midfield. Clock under 2 minutes, down to 1:50, as Reiser will just let that clock run down to about 7 or 6 before he snaps it. It's at 15 right now, the play clock. They have play clocks here in the end zone, so that back judge doesn't need a count. Play clock down to 7. That's when Reiser takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, coming around the left side, and he gets out of bounds, so that will stop the clock with 1:30. He got about 8 yards, or 9 yards, because it was 2nd and 11. So Jackson Bradley gets credited with another sack or a tackle, 9-yard gain on 2nd and 11.
Back tackles for Jackson Bradley there.
So the 9-yard rush. So Skyview's going to fall to 1-3 to start region play against Logan, but the RPI doesn't come out for a couple more weeks, but Skyview's is going to be a high RPI with the schedule in the preseason that they've played. 2 receivers to the right, turn around, hand it off. Reiser does, and this time Uluave sheds a couple of tacklers, and then he's finally drugged down. Then he helps a Skyview defender up. So from the 41, gets up to the 38, a 3-yard run for a first down, and now the clock will start running again and keep running after they set the chains. So clock down to 1:15, 13-3 Mountain Ridge. I'll tell you what, Skyview was trailing 6-3. Rex, they gave up one big explosive 80-yard play, and that was it.
That is it.
This Skyview team came ready to play. Coach Howell won't like the loss, but he'll love the effort. On first down, they hand off to Uluave again. He's drugged down. Never mind, he didn't get drugged down. They're still holding him. He won't go down, and then finally taken down, and Skyview uses a timeout. From the 38, they get down to the 35, about a 3-yard rush for Uluave before he's pushed back there, and then Skyview calls a timeout with 47 seconds. So Coach Howell wanted to just talk about something. So again, Skyview will be back home for homecoming next week, so a lot of activities going on. And Rex, when we look at the region, like, even though our region seems down, I think that the region doesn't have a lot of like above 500 records at this point.
Right.
But they've played tough preseasons. Ridgeline has, Skyview has, Logan has. I mean, Mountain Crest is much improved defensively. Bear River the same. This is going to be a tougher region, but I think still Skyview and Ridgeline are the 2 teams up top because Green Canyon has some injuries and they just seem to struggle on the offense so far, but their defense has played well.
Yeah, none of these teams in the 4A classification in our region have had by any means cakewalk schedules, and I cannot wait for region play to start, John. It's going to be rivalry games every single week, and that all starts next week on 106.9 The Fan.
And I think, check this one out, Mountain Crest Ridgeline start region play, that rivalry.
That's a good battle.
And Skyview will get Logan. So Skyview versus Logan next week, homecoming in Smithfield. We'll be on the air about 6:45. Victory formation for Mountain Ridge. They take the snap, they kneel down, and that clock will run to 42 seconds. If the refs don't set the ball, they won't have to run another play, but the play clock's already running.
Yeah, it is.
So they'll have to run one more play the way it looks, because there's about 6 seconds difference. But so Skyview's going to lose and drop to 1-3, but what a heck of an effort tonight here at a powerhouse in 6A in Mountain Ridge. And there's the last victory formation snap and kneel down. So the final from Mountain Ridge, it's Mountain Ridge 13, Skyview 3. We're going to take a break and come back, and hopefully we'll get a comment from Coach Howell, and we'll go through some of the final stats and our Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game and the McDonald's player of the game. That's all coming up next right here on The Fan.
When disaster overwhelms you, let ARS restore your peace of mind. Call 753-9600 or go to our website at arscleanup.com.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
We are Poblanos, the only place where you will find real Mexican food. Yeah, that home style. We are located in 780 Main Street in Smithfield. Come and check us out. And we want to help our students out, so just bring your school ID and we'll hook it up with the food. Yeah, like tacos $1 or quesadilla combos. Only at Poblanos.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs, competitive prices, and free rock chip repairs for life. Call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a quality-built, super-efficient York furnace. Call Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning at 752-7272. Online at advancedheating-ac.com. York, install confidence.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
It's back to school time. Booster Clubs, team sports, PTA, any school organization. Call the Logo Shop for uniforms, fan gear, club t-shirts, all customized with your school logo. They're committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Logo Stop, the Logo Shop. Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Combining your home and auto insurance with one agent.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Lana Powell. For a competitive quote on home, auto, and life insurance, call us at 752-7639. Lana Powell, State Farm Insurance.
A beautiful career in the beauty industry. New Horizons Beauty College is happy to be helping you take a step forward in a new career and your new look. New Horizons Beauty College, moving forward with beauty. Now accepting new clients. Call 435-753-9779.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. Employees look great and clients will notice. Get your order in today for fall products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery, located at 966 West 400 North in Logan.
When disaster overwhelms you, let ARS restore your peace of mind. Call 753-9600 or go to our website at arscleanup.com.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Welcome back to Mountain Ridge High School. John Newbold, Rex Davis with you. 13-3, Mountain Ridge with the victory over the Skyview Bobcats. The Bobcats fall to 1-3 on the season and will face Logan, the Grizzlies, in Smithfield to kick off region play. So the Bobcats fall to 1-3, but like we talked about, Rex, I feel really good about what the Bobcats showed. They were one play away when it was 6-3. They were one play away from, it just seemed like they were one play away all the time from just really taking advantage and maybe getting the lead or tying it up. So again, 13-3 is the final here at Mountain Ridge in the post-game show here on 106.9 The Fan. John Newbold and Rex Davis, as we're here in the booth, give you this view. But Rex, I think Coach Hal, he talked about it in the pregame. He wanted to see more consistency. He thought that what the Bobcats did, that they really did a good job being in position last week, and they did a good job making plays. And tonight They did. They made plays. They hadn't had an interception all season long, and they get 3 of them tonight. That secondary was balling out.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 interceptions, like you said, John. I mean, what more can you ask for from your defense? The defensive line was creating pressure. They were getting Reiser off his spot repeatedly. He never really had a play where he could just sit there and look comfortable and throw a strike down the field. They gave up one big play down the field, and that was on a quick, that was a 2, maybe 3-step drop at most. Not even time for the D-line to get any pressure, but he just throws it down the middle and gave up the one big play. Outside of that, the defense, take that one play away, the defense gave up 6 points today.
They did a great job, and let's go talk about our Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game. It's your opportunity to win from the Old Gristmill. Listen to the Full Court Press on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. Listen to Eric Franson and Jason Walker on the Full Court Press from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Monday. And when they ask for the Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game, and you can call in and identify it, you can win some bread from the Old Gristmill. Have you tried their fantastic breakfast sandwiches served at the South Logan and Smithfield locations? You're going to love it. It's the Old Gristmill, and our bread and butter play of the game is going to be that 51-yard rush that Michael Ferguson had. He had the 2 running backs on each of his hips, and he just did a great job. Faked the handoff on the read option, went on the right side of the field down the sideline. Then he saw crease, cut back left, went right down the sideline. He flipped the field from their own 35-yard line to the 14 of Mountain Ridge. The unfortunate thing from there is it went backwards from there, but that will be our bread and butter play of the game. It happened in the second quarter with about 8 minutes left. 51 yards. Michael Ferguson will be our Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game. So listen to the Full Court Press with Eric Franson and also Jason Walker on Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. And also we want to thank McDonald's. They're the sponsor of our player of the game or impact players of the game. Visit your local McDonald's for pickup and drive-through. McDonald's, they're the sponsor of our players of the game. And Rex, we talked about it, and it's not one individual. It's going to go to our whole defense for the Skyview Bobcats. Like you mentioned before, kind of recapping there, they only gave up 2 field goals. They gave up the big 87-yard TD, but that was the only thing. That one explosive play. Other than that, that defense caused 3 turnovers with interceptions. They hadn't had any this whole season. They snagged 3 of them, and I believe Carver Ballard had one, Ferguson had one, and Cameron Carling had one. So just great job to the defense. And then talking about the defensive line, they really didn't give up those big chunk plays that rushing the ball. Like, this is a team that rushed for over 400 yards against Wasatch. Skyview, they gave up runs, but they didn't give up the big runs, and they really bottled up Uluave inside.
Yeah, and we saw Jackson Bradley making plays. We saw Jace Lillywhite, Cam Carling.
That's right.
The defensive line came out and showed out too. They were playing really well out there tonight, so hats off to the entire defense, our McDonald's players of the game, Skyview defense.
So, Rex, we'll go through some of the stats that Adam Sherwood has provided for us, and we'll go through those stats now, and then we'll go through some final scores around the region, and if we don't see Coach, we'll just call it a night and get on with region play next week.
All right, so for your Skyview Bobcats, we have Michael Ferguson, 8 of 19 passing, 57 yards, 2 interceptions. A great effort, though. Those stats aren't going to jump out at you, but what he did offensively, taking this team, leading them down the fields, the big runs, our Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game, he did a great job. Kaysen Spackman had 2 carries for 52 yards. That's 26 yards per carry. Brighton Williams, 4 catches for 50 yards. He accounted for all but 7 of Ferguson's passing yards. On the other side, for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels, Jackson Reiser, 7 of 19, 223 yards, a touchdown, 3 interceptions. Almost all of his yards came off of the one big play that Skyview gave up. Peyton Jones, 2 catches, 121 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Reiser, the leading rusher, 11 carries, 89 yards. That's an average of 8.1 per carry. So there is your stats. Those are brought to you by Great Basin Graphics. They sponsor our Made You Look play of the game.
Well, and you talk about Reiser. That's the thing about Reiser as well. Like, the plays that he had, the big chunk rushing yards, were not because Skyview wasn't there. They played such good coverage that Reiser had to be flushed out of the pocket, and he was pressured. So that's why he was able to get those yards. So final scores around the region of teams playing tonight. Woods Cross hosted Logan. Logan traveled down there. Woods Cross defeats Logan 45-21. That game is a final. Green Canyon hosted Morgan. Morgan defeats them 24-0 in North Logan. So Green Canyon still looking for a win on the season. Of course, Mountain Ridge defeats Skyview 13-3. Bear River hosted Box Elder, and Box Elder with the victory 29-13. So 1-3 on the season for Bear River as well. Green Canyon 0-4. Logan has a couple wins, I think. So they're 2-2. Let's see. Bonneville defeats Mountain Crest. Mountain Crest went on the road. That's a final, I believe, 27-0 for Bonneville over the Mustangs. I think they go to 2-2. And that score from Millville, what a game. Ridgeline defeats Minico 21-20. So Ridgeline, I believe, goes to 2-2 as well, and Skyview to 1-3. And of course, Skyview will be in Smithfield next week for homecoming as they take on the Logan Grizzlies. We'll have that game next Friday, and it will be the Bobcats and the Grizzlies. And we'll have all the stats on that one, how that series has gone on for a long time, and we'll get you those in pregame next week. So again, we want to thank our camera person, Charlie Burr, Charlie Burr, and we want to thank Adam Sherwood providing stats, and for Rex Davis, myself, John Newbold. Have a great and safe Labor Day weekend, and it's Skyview falls tonight 13-3, but they'll be back home next week to start region play in Smithfield, so make sure you get there and take your device with you so you can listen to the call, as we'll have all the action as the Skyview Bobcats start region play against the Logan Grizzlies next week here on 106.9 FM, The Fan.